Hello, I'm MC Toon. This is 10,000 subscribers special. Wow, thank you very much, everybody, for hitting 10,000. That's awesome. Special thanks to Fight the Flat Earth, who has promoted my channel quite a bit lately. Thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate that. I've got some guests coming on here. I just finished a stream with Wayne Chipman. It was a debate, but he's a character. It was pretty fun. So I've got And the George said, who is going to be kind of managing this for me, some of the invites. So I need to find him, send him the invite so he can then distribute them out. I'm gonna try to have not too many people on at the same time, and he's going to kind of help me manage that. So let's see. In the chat we had Microraptor said you haven't seen very many live streams because it's the middle of the night in not America where you live. So yes. Thank you, Amy Hogan, for congratulating me. Facty, same for you. Heat Shield, did I at least go to pee? That was quick. I did not yet, actually. I tried to not have too much. I had just one can of Tab. It's just water in the last one, and then a can of you heard me open up a can of pop. It's Zevia, actually. It's in here, so. I will be giving away some things, and you can see right here 3 things. I got a can of Tab unopened. It's over a year old, unopened. I've got Baby's Book of Gravity. I've got a Frisbee signed by my ugly identical cousin McFlatty. And I've got new merchandise. I'm going to I'll drop that in the chat so people can look at it. I got a couple, see if I can find it in my backlog. I use Pastebot to store my buffer in, nope, I must have missed it. If you don't have a Paste Buffer Manager, it's fantastic. I'm sorry for, there it is. I'm sorry for you that you don't have it, because it's fantastic. Hello, John. Jon Snow has just arrived. I need to get him. We are live. Just a second. Nobody can hear you yet.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna get people. And the George said has the link. So I have spoken with a couple other people. And between myself and him, we're gonna get it out. Now I gotta arrange so that people can see you there.
I'm trying not to move.
No, it's okay. It's okay today, because oh, why is that not? Oh, because that's the wrong one. I gotta get this one. There it is. So there we go. Since we're gonna have a bunch of people on, I'm not gonna do an individual windows for people. You're all going to be in the same window, and right now it's all you. Now, John, you are on. You've been doing for like a week or two this Big Brother thing. Can you tell us about that a little?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really fun. It's a virtual Big Brother. It's on Facebook, and yeah, they hit me up. I don't know how they found me. Must have been when I was applying for like Big Brother Canada. Like I was doing hashtags and stuff, and I think the guy that does it, Ducky, found me, and he asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and I was like, heck yeah.
That's cool. So where can people find this? Like, how do people watch it?
Well, there's an audience page on Facebook. I can send you the link if you want to like post it. That way you can, if the people do want to actually watch it, I can send it to you. Also, that way you can give it to them if they want to see it. Okay. But it's actually pretty cool because it feels like Big Brother. So if anyone is into Big Brother, it's kind of just like that. There's the I sent it to you. It's in your messenger there.
Okay.
Yo, so you excited? 10K subscribers.
Yeah. It's
Woo!
It's a lot of fun.
Hello,
It's
guys.
hello.
we've got and the Jord said here. Let's see. And I gotta not show myself.
Do you know what I think
There
you
we
should?
go.
What do you think you should do, MC Tune? You should get one of them like noisemakers, like so when like you make fun of flat earthers, you can like hit those like do 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 like boo 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 and like have like weird funny noises. Like
Well, yeah.
What is it? What's it called? Is it Go XLR that is the big one these days?
yeah, that's what you need, Tune.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hook them up, Jordan, because you need one of them noisemakers that give you really cool, funny noises. That'd be cool. Your fans would love that. I think.
He's talking about a soundboard. I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Oh
sure.
yeah, I could. I have a soundboard just on a website that I use sometime.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So yeah, I was trying to say it before, but I had to make sure you guys couldn't pick up the background noise. Happy 10K. I almost said 100,000, then I said 1K. But yeah, happy 10K, MC Tune.
Thank you
If
very
anyone
much.
deserves it, it's you.
Thank you very much. Oh, we got some punchy here.
Don't forget, Tune, to tell people your fan page. To join your fan page.
I do. Yeah. So John created a fan page on Facebook for me. Very nice of him.
Go join it, guys. Here, he's going to drop the link. You should all come and join. We'll have a community.
All right. I got to fix something first. I'm producing at the same time. So, you know, it's.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I got to get. There's that. Look at that. John's got Pikachu on the wall there.
Oh, yeah. I got to get it from my Pokemon studio, right? I'm doing the Pokemon.
I got Arcanine right here. You can't really tell.
Snap. I pulled my first Charizard the other day.
Woo.
All right. We're not getting into.
Oh.
If you are into Pokemon, go to John's channel.
The Jon
channel.
Snow Pokemon show,
Yeah.
y'all.
Also,
There you
subscribe
go.
to my music channel. We're getting close to 5,000 subscribers, which is pretty dope.
Okay, can I just point out how it looks like me, Punchy, and John are just in different corners of the same room?
Yeah, you basically
It
are.
does actually.
Here we are.
You're all in Canada, right?
Not me.
Not Jordan.
No, you're all in Canada. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I know I am. That's why I have my hood up. It's cold out. Because you live in the same basic part of the world as me, so you know you're probably getting hit with the same polar vortex we are. It's between -30 and -40 every day, and I'm just constantly cold. So I'm just hair down, hood up. That's why I have long hair. It's just to keep my head warm.
Yeah, I have
Same.
I have a heater in this room with me because it's so cold. Yep.
Mhm.
There's Planer Walk. Planer Walk, get in
Woo,
here.
woo. Get your butt in here,
Are we
bud.
bringing 33 in today? Is this like 33
No.
Redemption?
No, he wasn't in the previous one.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't in the previous one at all. Nobody got to play Whack-A-Troll with him, but Gary Wybenga was in. I got a couple of super chats already. I got some new members from the last stream. I'll mention you guys again. I appreciate that very much. We got new members, Merrick Zions, Holy Smalls. I only want to talk about Celestial Poles, and Connell Silver Fur. All new members. And we've got C-Force for $5 says, woohoo, congrats, MC Toon. Thank you very much, C4. We've got Asylum says, MC Toon isn't the worst rapper in the world. My wife makes chili and spinach wraps. They take that spot.
I'm telling your wife.
Reminds me.
I know her.
I when I had Gleam on, we had a rap battle. We actually planned it, right? And he had a rap that I played, and I rapped. Actually, I unwrapped. This was in wrapping paper, and I unwrapped it, and then it says on the back here, "Gleam is a cotton-headed ninny muggins." MC Toon. And then
I remember that.
Yep, there it is.
You also misspelled cotton.
I misspelled cotton. I got called out on that. It's still misspelled. I haven't fixed it. That's what the floor of this room is. So now you know what it looks like. Welcome, Dick. How you doing?
Dick.
I don't know.
The long hairs now
he's not-
outweigh the short
Oh,
hairs.
it's Dick. Hey, Dick, buddy. How you doing?
And
He's on
we
mute, I
got Skydiver Tanner.
This is a party.
Welcome.
Team
another-
Skeptic.
Another Canada Junior.
Team Skeptic. What are you talking about? Did he?
He's in.
Is
It
he?
says Team Skeptic
Oh
there.
my goodness, we have Team Skeptic even.
Wow.
Wow, that's all right. I gotta.
Yeah.
But
What a
will
time
we
to
see?
be alive.
Will we see Team Skeptic?
I don't
Or
think
just-
anybody wants to, but
Yeah.
we all have to look at it every now and again.
So, all right. Beast Militia says, "Who won the 10,000 sub race?" You mean between myself and Mr. Sensible? It wasn't a race. We were gonna do it together, and I tried to not pass that mark, but it just happened. So I sent him a message today. He congratulated me. I said, "You got to catch up." So he's gonna catch up. So everybody, go
Fake
make
fake
sure.
news.
Make sure you're subscribed to Mr. Sensible, everybody.
It's fake news. Mr. Sensible actually got more. If you look at the voting machines and the subscriber machines,
He was.
Mr. Sensible won by quite a large
It was
margin.
stolen. Oh, so
It
we've
was
got
stolen.
Recount.
we got Hugh Jars for 2 Australians says congrats on 13K subs. Wait a minute. So yes, I'm doing specials on the Fibonacci sequence. So I did it at 5,000, at 8,000. The next is 13,000. But that doesn't prevent me from doing them more, does it? So yeah, sorry. This is a 10,000. It's like an after show, basically. So Team Skeptic, are you here?
Yeah, what up, bro?
Oh, there it is.
Can you hear me?
We
Yeah,
can.
we can hear you fine.
Yeah, we can.
All the
Good,
ladies,
think
good.
he's
How's
muted.
everybody doing?
all the ladies just got excited.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's all bassy and nice, not like my voice.
Hey,
Oh,
Doing
What
all
up,
right,
man?
Tim?
The party going on. This
Congratulations.
is awesome.
Yeah, congratulations, Tune.
yeah, thanks.
You deserve it, man. I say it all the time in my live streams. You're one of the people that I think is severely undersubbed.
Agreed.
You're a nice guy. You make content that is what YouTube looks for, some very vanilla content. You're not like me, very, I don't know how to even explain myself anymore. Derogatory, I guess. You're not derogatory like myself, and you deserve more subs. So one of the few people I still like to watch in the Flat Earth community.
Well, thank you. I do
I would
appreciate
agree
that.
with that.
I and for just so that everybody can be jealous, I've been in Team Skeptic's car, so
whew.
Yeah, he has.
I'm
Got that.
sorry.
got that going for me, which is good.
What did the trunk look like?
The other guy wasn't moving much and was stiff and smelled bad, but it was. I escaped, out the thing when he went into the river, so it was fine.
Yeah. That I learned a lot of lessons from you, like disable the interior hatch lot, the interior trunk latch. Yeah, disable
Yeah,
that.
I mean, lessons learned, right?
Cut that cable.
Asylum says we need an MC Tune body pillow for Davey.
Oh,
Davey.
Davey, water is always level.
God. Look,
Oh,
I don't know who's worse, him or Jason. I legitimately, that is a tough call for me. Like,
it is, yeah. Oh. But my goodness, did Davey get screwed last night? I mean,
definitely.
Davey's mom felt it last night.
what happened? For someone who never know, what happened?
It was so FTFE debated him, and one of this I just love this because I had been thinking about it, and I sent this to FTFE before because FTFE had shown a fish tank, and in the fish tank is a very dense gas, and so the flat earthers claim that gas will expand in all directions and gravity doesn't exist. But when you you scoop some gas out of it you can't see it, but you can actually see the effects of it, and then you can float a tinfoil boat on it, and it just sits there floating in this dense gas, and then you can pour dense gas into it, and then it sinks. It submerges it. And he's like, that's a container. That's a container. That's gas pressure in a container.
Yeah.
So that's sulfur hexafluoride that you're talking about.
Yes.
And the interesting thing about that experiment that really opened Rachel's eyes to understanding, a little bit more about gravity was that tin, or I'm sorry, not tin, but aluminum is actually more dense than sulfur hexafluoride. However, the aluminum still floats on top. So when I first showed her, she said something about, why is the aluminum floating on top? Is it, less dense? I was like, the entire system is less dense. Yes, the atmosphere inside of the aluminum boat is less dense, but aluminum itself is more dense than sulfur hexafluoride. So why is why is the aluminum not just sinking through the sulfur hexafluoride? It should by, when you're talking about flat earthers' explanation for gravity, and they say, things that are more dense will go through this. Well, why didn't the aluminum boat do that? And then when you pour the sulfur hexafluoride in, of course, you fill the empty space up with sulfur hexafluoride as well as have the more dense aluminum. And at that point, the boat becomes more dense than the medium holding it up, and it begins to sink.
Absolutely, that's cool. But now, here, let me wrap around it though, because water's always level was claiming that, of course, the dome or the atmosphere is enclosed by a container. And of course, that container needs to be, in his world, it needs to be contained on all sides. No open lid. The lid has to be closed in that claim of his. But this other container had no lid. And so FDFE was asking, does the container need a lid? And Davey realized he was screwed
and would not answer the question.
Absolutely refused to answer the question because he knew he had painted himself in a corner, and not only was that corner, he wasn't just painted in that corner, that paint was filling up the room. And then it was like at the end of Oh Brother Where Art Thou, where that dam breaks, right? except it's all paint and he's in the corner. It was amazing.
Wait, can I say one thing? Two things here. First off, whenever I hear the word container, I immediately think of Quantum Eraser now, and that Conspiracy Cat song. His favorite word is container, and then also Clive Wells is saying that it's aluminium. No, it was actually called aluminum, and then it was changed to aluminium, and then Americans changed it back to aluminum. So it was actually aluminum first. Check in, mate.
Look, I only speak aluminum.
I do think we have someone here who could actually give a certain, what's it called? Planner Walk's here. He hasn't really said anything. How do you pronounce Planner Walk?
I pronounce it aluminium.
Oh my goodness.
Weirdo.
Well, he's a Sigma male, so we can't listen to him.
Yeah, right.
We cannot listen to a Sigma. We cannot listen to a Sigma male, guys.
Now, another thing I'd like to point out is that, when we say that gravity is a container, what we truly mean to say that is that it's a force, right? That there's a force that's being applied. Because even a container is simply held together by forces. If you think of a balloon, you blow a balloon up, there's a point at which you put too much air in it and it expands, degrading, spreading the forces out, basically. You're degrading the ability for itself to hold itself together. And if you have an outward force that exceeds the force holding it together, then you have, the balloon will pop. The same thing goes with gravity. If you have, we have atmosphere escaping every day. All day, every day, atmosphere is escaping the Earth and finding itself in space. It's actually defeating the force of gravity, pulling it back down. That is a container. The force of gravity is the container. Like if you get on a skateboard on a half pipe, right? Everybody knows this. We were all kids at one time. We all jumped on the four-wheel, boogie board, and you go down and you go back up. If you don't have enough energy, you won't make it to the top. There is a force that is acting as a barrier to you, keeping you from escaping out of the half pipe, onto the top. However, if you add energy to that force. Let's say, as you're coming down to the bottom, you're picking up speed and you actually artificially add more speed to it. You may actually have you may actually give yourself enough energy to escape the force of gravity, at least enough to get to the top of the half pipe. So gravity itself is the container, it just is what it is.
That's true.
And not only the fact that not only is gravity the container, the fact that they don't understand that gas pressure is, I don't even know where I was going with that. Sorry. I'll just completely admit I lost my train of thought there.
Shave your head, you'll remember.
Too many brain cells go into the hair instead of staying in where they need to be.
MC Tune?
Yes.
MC Tune, I got a question for you. Let's just do this. You've been here, 10,000 subscribers. Can you name some of the highlights, your biggest highlights that you've had from from the start to now?
Highlights, man.
You must have had
Number
some
one, meeting Team Skeptic in person.
Absolutely meeting Team
That could be one. That could be one. But what ones that you're proud of?
I really.
Wouldn't
I'm not saying he's not proud of you. I'm not saying he's not proud of that one. I'm just saying I'm not. That was a miscommunication.
That was great.
Oh, it's perfect.
Wouldn't it be the
Accidental.
How about that into the Flat Out Hero Challenge, man? That's a big one.
That was the first, yeah.
Hey, MC Tune, we'll give you a small break here. What we'll do is, while you think of your answer, we'll go through our favorite MC Tune moments. And that'll give you a chance to really put together your top 5 or top 10. So I've already kind of mentioned mine, and let me go ahead and just reiterate it. My favorite MC Tune moment was actually meeting you in person, seeing that you were the same person you were on camera. You were a super nice guy. You weren't there to, you went to the Flat Earth convention not to troll, even if it was trolling in their eyes. I could see it with my own eyes that you were not there to troll. You were there to interview people. You were there to talk to people. You treated everybody with respect. It definitely made me reevaluate how I approach them. It's something I learned from that one opportunity to get to meet you in person. And it was my favorite MC Tune moment.
Well, thank you.
I know my favorite MC Tune moment is the first time I came on his channel, and I was supposed to be debating Guy, and about halfway through, MC Tune decided, you know what? No, I'm debating him now. And I just kind of
it was Simon Ramos.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever actually spoke to MC Tune, like back and forth, not in Facebook messages. And I will admit that is still one of the funniest nights of my life, one of the best times I've ever had. 30 minutes of my life well spent arguing with the Flurf.
Yeah, if you want to see that, Simon was on twice. He contacted me later and said we need to do it again. But yeah, go ahead. Go find it. It's a trip.
It is. It definitely is fun.
My favorite moment is not only was it talking with you with Ian Ferguson, but like the whole thing of getting it like not happening, and then we got it to happen, and that was a pretty cool thing. But talking to him was really cool because like I was fanboying over Ian Ferguson.
John was just
fanboying.
He's like, oh, the forehand, and Ian's like, what are you doing, dude? Stop it.
Like me when Red Rhetoric came on.
Yeah. I like it. Just so you know, and the George said actually wet himself when Reds came on.
Oh wow!
Did, yeah. All right, Tanner. Let's go to Tanner here.
Yeah, so I mean, like, same thing with like teams sitting down with you in person. I will say this: I was a little bit shocked. I found you to be a bit more shy than I was expecting, if I was to be honest. But
must not have been in his leather outfit.
Yeah, it was, well, we were kind of in a weird place too. That was noisy. We were at iFly and having a chat. But man, I've watched
the best place for leather outfits.
Right. I'll have to show you my flying unicorn video at some point. But I've watched so many of the debates now that I can't really think of any particular one that sticks out to me. I mean, tonight's obviously the freshest in my head, but there was a moment tonight where he said that sunlight goes down. So of course the first thing in my head was sunlight go down, go boom, boom. but there's so many things. I think watching you just be so calm is what makes me love every moment of watching anything that you do on here, because I know there's times I've definitely screaming at the monitor and you're just drinking your tab or drinking out of your mason jar, and they're not getting it. They don't understand why, and it's hilarious.
I do love that. I love when 33 gets angry that I'm drinking out of a mason jar.
Oh, that was one too. The night you guys, I think it was you and John had 33 come on, and you're like, anytime you talk about 33, we're gonna just mute you.
Yeah.
And every time you unmuted him, the first words out of his mouth were like 33 in numerology.
I had to wave at someone. So hello.
All right, let's hear Dick.
Oh, okay, I got two, so I won't make them long and drawn out. But first and foremost, absolutely is, I'm sorry, did the middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of yours? You cannot slay the beast any harder than that. It's that cool approach. Like, June really lets them have it, but he does it in such a cool way that they don't really know they're taking it, and it's really cool. And but one time, over on a Canadian Thomas song that I did, you put on a comment, I don't really normally approve of vulgarity and language like that, but in this case, I agree. It was really funny. I'll never forget it.
I like that. All right, let's see. Plater Walk.
So my favorite moment is a moment that I was heavily involved in, but I have to give credit completely to MC Toon for coming up with the idea, and that is the OSI Mark Leventhal sending an email, and then people like Jeranism picked it up and said, "Oh, look, they're being paid," and Barnabas Nagy.
Oh my gosh.
Those people.
Hey, I'm sure he still believes it.
Probably, yeah.
In case people don't know, we it was because I think Ranty Flat Earth had said Simon Dan was buying subs, if I remember it right, and then other people would constantly say, the government pays people to, argue against flat earthers. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing ever, but let's totally buy into that. So I asked a bunch of people, Planer Walk, Creaky, FDFE, Conspiracy Cats, Godless Engineer, Soundly. Who else was in? It's about it. Maybe one or two more. Anyway,
Rapid X, I think.
Yes, Rapid X. And I wrote this document outlining the pay structure for it, and then Planer Walk leaked it, and so did Soundly in different videos, and Jeranism picked it up and thought it was real.
I also used a Twitter account to sort of bring it to more flat earthers' attention.
Yeah. And Mute Donkey saying OSI is a real acronym in the U.S. Air Force. It is. It did used to be a real organization, the Operation of Strategic Influence. It was shut down shortly after it started, and then there's a band called OSI, and then I just made up this new thing. I do love the band, but up on the wall you can't see it, but it's actually hanging up on the wall. There is the OSI document printed out, because before all of this stuff happened, I recorded a video and uploaded it and left it private on my channel, so that afterwards I could unprivate the video and people could see the upload date and see, yep, it predates everything leaking out, and it ties up everything and self-destructs the whole deal.
Unfortunately, though, YouTube decides, let's when you've got a video that's unlisted and then you relist it.
Yeah, but there's a utility. There's a utility to get the upload date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But from what I can tell, recently they've made it so that when you've got a video that's unlisted and you make it listed, then it will use the date that it was listed.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more, I think. Punchy.
Let's see, my favorite MC Tune moment. That's a tough one because there were a lot that were really good. I mean, my favorite was probably going to your place, meeting your family, filming those little skits, which I think are quite hilarious. Then I don't know, just I mean, again, just a bunch of the quotes. One of I forget who you were debating. You were talking to someone about density, and you were asking for his math, and you had a sheet of paper. And you asked him, so what force does density have on an object or something like that? And then he's like, well, it's density. And you're like, okay, so force equals density. That made me laugh.
Yeah, it was Austin Whitsitt.
Whitsitt.
That was my first,
that would make sense.
My first debate with him, because he's like, well, I like Tesla's version of gravity. I'm like, well, what is it? Well, I don't know, because nobody has it. Like, how can that be what you like?
You don't even know what it is.
Yeah. So I have a stack of debates here. Bingo.
Yeah,
so it's on one of these.
Can I actually say one of my favorite moments that didn't involve you directly, but only happened because of you, was my 15-second Flurf bingo against Flat Earth Aussie Jesus on Planet Rocks video.
I remember that.
Legitimately, all I asked him was 3 questions, and it was click, 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 bingo.
Awesome. All right,
it was great.
I want to do this. I'm doing some giveaways, and the first thing. So here's how I'm going to do it. People in chat, don't do this yet. I'm just going to ask whoever's here, say something in chat, and I'll copy that. I'll go and I'll put it into a text document, and just get everybody's name, and then I'll ask somebody to get a random number from random.com. One of the other people in here, and then that's the person that will win the thing. So
what's the thing?
Yeah,
I read this book to Dion Smo in its entirety, the whole thing, and he sat there. I didn't think he would, and I'm like, I can't top that. So I will mail this to whoever wins this. So here's the deal. Everybody in the chat and just say something. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'll put it on screen while you guys talk about other stuff.
But don't forget to, when you send the book out, make sure to sign it as well.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't getting off the hook that easy, Tune. We need to hear your 5 top moments of your
Oh my gosh,
MC Tune's career.
All right.
Meeting top 3.
You know what? And I realized that the people that I've met in person are here. Tanner, Punchy, and Team Skeptic. I have met a couple others. If you guys know People of Earth, POE, I met him. He lived in Minneapolis for a little while. And then in Texas team, we met. I met a few others like Mark Beiser. And
J.L. Warren.
Yeah, and then who's the guy that did yo-yos?
Oh, Akumu virus.
There you go. Yeah. So those guys. So yeah, that was fantastic. So there's 3. How about that? I already got 3.
So what chat are we supposed to type what into here? What's all this? I totally got lost there. I just didn't want to interrupt you because you were on a roll, man.
In the Dawson lost, go figure.
In the live chat. The live chat.
What am I typing?
Okay.
Just type anything, and then I'll put on screen. I'll put on screen as I do it.
I'll put 33.
Excellent.
Jesus, if that number actually comes up, I will shit myself.
All right, where is did you put John? All right, there we go. So what I do is I copy the whole thing, and I'll show you as I do it here. So
I went to type into the Zoom chat, and I was like, well, nobody else has done it. I must have something on here.
I'll make sure you're in there. All right. So there is there is everything. People see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. You don't see what I'm doing right now. It's in the window. I'm using a BB edit. I'm using a regular expression to replace all. That didn't work.
You know, MZ Toon, you said earlier that your Python was pretty simple. Would you go as far to say your Python is basic?
My Python is not.
We're talking code here,
goodness.
right?
No. No. Don't do that. That's rude.
Maybe he's a snake lover. Hey, come on now.
There we are. All right. So you see a whole bunch of stuff just disappeared. The mostly what disappeared is the messages. So it'll take a small amount of manipulation. So guys in Zoom, you're not seeing this. People at home are. I'm just letting you see how I'm doing this. Sort lines.
I see both.
I'm watching that on stream.
There you go. Process duplicate lines.
Man doesn't own 3 screens for nothing.
There it is. All right. So now I just got to clean up a couple things here. You got, does anybody think that Gary Wybanga or Joey Rocha should be involved?
I think so.
Tonight?
I think they would
It'd
really
be fun if
enjoy
they
it.
won.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be hilarious if
Oh,
one of
yeah,
them were to
yeah.
win it.
Yep. And if
If
they
one of them two win it, send it to me first so I can specialize it and send it to them.
all right, anybody that wins, you have to you're gonna have to give me your I need to get your address. All right, there's 65 names on here. I need let's see. Jord, can you go to get a random number?
Yeah. 1 second. One between 1 and what?
65.
It should be
69.
33, just out of principle.
Yeah.
My
And
fault.
speaking of 33, guess who just showed up in chat?
Hey,
All right.
time emote, quick, time emote, quick.
Yeah, oh, he's been timed out already.
Oh, nice one.
A race around here.
2, 1. Random number generating 39. Lucky
All right,
number
39.
39.
It's still deals with 3.
13 3 times.
There
Lucky
we go.
number 39.
Mace Windex is the winner
Nice
of
name.
Gravity. Baby loves gravity.
Hey.
Mace Windex,
Hey.
what would you like me to write in?
The Jedi master of window cleaning himself.
I just imagine Mace Windu on one of those high-rise window cleaning things. You know what I'm talking about? With his
Yeah,
lightsaber, like, God,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, you have to come out like this at the tip though, because then it can really do a good job, right?
Just
All right, come on, Mace. Mace has said nothing yet. He's getting shy. Don't be
Yeah,
shy,
he's dead.
Mace. I hope he's still
Just
here.
Overwhelmed. That's all it is.
It is.
Just
What's
like
he gonna do with his window?
I mean, it is overwhelming being in the presence of all this hair, honestly.
Yes.
is there a cat's value to the book if he doesn't want the book?
I don't know. Did
What
he?
is the cat's value?
Come on, you gotta be present to win. We're gonna win.
I'm gonna
Mace-
count you out, Mace.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna give you a
I'm
little.
going
Be
from
present to get
33.
the present.
You get 33 seconds and then you got to redraw.
Yeah.
I think
What
that's
a
fair.
perfect name, Mace Windex. That is.
That is.
Don't you have the Jeopardy thing ready to go? Down, now.
No.
You know, that's what we need
Yeah,
right now.
I was
isn't it?
gonna get Nathan Thompson doing it, but no.
No.
Oh,
There it is. There it is.
Hey.
There's
Oh,
Mace
Mace
Windex.
Windex says I was away. Can you redraw? I only submit for the fun of it. Oh,
but
All right.
you don't want
Oh,
the
okay.
gravity book? It
Wow.
goes in depth on gravity.
As far as I'm concerned, for that killer joke, that's still a winner. Come on. I only submit for the fun of it. Come on. That was amazing.
all right. Give me another number.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Number
That's 3
38.
numbers.
38.
King.
That's Kingy.
Crew. There we go. King Crew.
King
is
Crew.
live chat.
Kingy. All right, Kingy.
My man.
All right.
Ingo.
King Crew responds, way to go, Facty. What
No,
is
that's
that?
not how it works.
No.
King's a little drunk tonight.
All
All
right.
right.
King Crew, you got to get this. Where does King Crew live? Hold on a second. I hope he doesn't live in the moon. The shipping.
You go to Sasquatch's place and you take a left.
It's as soon as you get to Canada. You can't miss it. Remember,
Downtown
John?
Canada. Downtown Canada.
Downtown Canada, exactly.
Just follow the
Yeah, he
one
lives
road in
beside
Canada.
Bruce. He
Yeah.
lives beside Bruce, the guy with the flannel.
All right. Thanks for your support.
Down the street from the store, guys. Right
So
down
what
the
did he
street
win?
from
The cow
store.
patty?
There it is.
Oh, cool.
One
Hey.
Mace Windex.
There it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know how well that's going to stick, so I'm not going to touch it because it's a little shiny. So there we go.
Oh, it's already sticky.
So if you ever find yourself in a preschool with a flat earther, you'll know exactly what to do.
Absolutely.
Oh, in all
Alright.
fairness, that works on full-grown adult flat earthers too. It's very simple and basic.
I already know what to do if I'm in a preschooler with a preschool with a flat earther. I call the cops.
Yeah, say Nathan Thompson, get
Exactly.
out of here. What are you doing here?
Exactly.
All right, let me read this here. We got I love the name. Adrenochrome Slurper says, sitting here slurping my grandma's famous pineapple pizza ketchup chips adrenochrome smoothie. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Cheers,
Wow.
MC Toon, and congrats on 10,000 sheeple.
Wow.
Yeah,
Conical
you're
reason.
one hell of a herder.
Conical reason for 10 Monopoly Canadian dollars. Says congrats on 10K, Toon. Thank you very much. I only want to talk about Celestial Pulse. Tonight's the first time I've heard this name.
Yeah, he super chatted FTFE. Was it FTFE? Somebody.
What's the
he super
name?
Chatted.
I only want
I
to
only
talk
care-
about Celestial Bowls.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
Oh, no,
haven't
you
seen
know,
that
I'm-
name.
Pretty sure it was you. He super chatted.
I wonder- Did you have a different name before and this is your new one? I don't know. I love it. It's a fantastic name. Says your debates are the easiest to watch. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for that. All right. I need to grab the Facebook group. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, the fan page.
Yes. I had some drama on Facebook. It's not drama. I think it's funny as can be. Roberto Reeves, who is a Dell is his Papa Flurf.
No.
He's super vile. And he constantly posts on all of my posts and claims that I'm obsessed. The projection is real. And so he sent me a message yesterday morning that he emailed my employer telling them that I do, flat earth education and entertainment videos on YouTube. Like, why would my employer knows what I do? Anyway, I posted the screenshot of him saying that, and 700 comments later, something like that. He like half of them are him. I mean, he cannot get enough of posting on my page. Well, then
Do you have any screen cap to share?
I I can do that. Anyway, then later in the day, he's like, I didn't really do it. Like, oh, well, which one was a lie? Because one of them's a lie. Either you did or didn't. So you can't be both. So, all right, let's see here. There's that. I have the screenshot. Anyway, he did in June contact me, my employer listed on Facebook, and the PR person contacted me and said, yeah, I one of my favorite things to do is make fun of flat earthers. so
That's awesome.
So they're like, the person's like, yeah, I don't care at all. That's great. So let's see, is this the right one?
So they
out of
wanted to talk to
curiosity.
your manager, in other words.
Yes, Karen wanted to talk to. There it is. All right. So, all right, I gotta make this big.
Karen by a flurf.
Is that the same as Touched by an Angel?
Nope. All right, so here it is. Yeah.
It's the reverse. It's the 180 of it.
So here is
One
here
can
is
actually happen.
here's what I woke up to yesterday morning. Was this this private message from him saying that he emailed me, emailed my work. And so then lots of stuff. So if you want, you can jump on Facebook, find me there, and see all of the hilarity that ensued there. But then he claimed he didn't. But back in June, he indeed did. And here is the redacted message that I had in the conversation between myself and the PR person. So that's this person messaging me. I thought you might enjoy this. How did this post come to your attention? It says, yes, I'm one of the social media managers, and I take care of customer complaints, and this goober was sitting there waiting for me today. And one of my favorite things ever is to mock flat earth. So this was one of the best comments ever. So I said, yeah, I do flat earth debunking videos. Says, oh yeah, I saw your channel, but I can't remember if it was from looking at your site or Googling Roberto. I don't have the energy or interest in debunking, but sure have fun mocking them. He seems like a douche.
That is my entire flat earth philosophy in a nutshell. I don't have the energy to debunk them, but I enjoy mocking them.
That's beautiful.
Hey, MC.
look, it seems-
So, go ahead, Dick. Go ahead.
Well, it seems like he really had the big effect on your life he was looking for.
Yeah, I was gonna
Sorry,
say
Team Giver.
it seems like your HR department's pretty cool. I was just wondering if I could send a couple of dick pics to him.
Well,
Oh, no.
we've
I
got.
I mean,
the
literally,
avatars.
I can screen cap Dick Dawson right now
Yeah.
and follow that up with a picture of Richard Nixon.
If we're sending dick pics, if you got a Tracy, I got a couple Nixons I can trade for it.
Very nice. Oh. There was a movie about Richard Nixon called
Dickhead.
Tricky
Dick.
Dick.
Just Dick.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
at the same time, there was a cartoon called Iron Giant. And in the town
Oh yeah.
that my mom, not my mom, my wife's mom lives in, they have a small theater. It has 2 screens. And on the marquee, it had both of those movies listed. Iron Giant Dick. No kidding.
It's a movie I would watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't think that through very well.
No, I think they did think it. That's why they
think
did it like
was-
that.
yeah.
That's
Early
cool.
I
John
think they
Holmes.
thought it through exactly as
We've
much
got
as
we've
they
got a
wanted to.
troll in here. We've got Defi Trillionaire
Tuesday.
claiming, it says paid Globy troll tune lol. Thank you very much for playing the shield card. Def
Still waiting my
Trillionaire.
payment.
They're on to us. OSI.
They gotta
no.
learn.
Cover.
They got to
They
learn
do
to
my payment.
spell because brown-eyed tickler is not spelt like that. You got it wrong.
Tune, you promised they'd pay me. Where's the money?
Yeah, that's the whole reason I got into this racket, Tim.
Yeah.
And I haven't
Money.
received a
Paid
single-
shill. Yeah,
I've
where's
been
my-
part of the OSI for years,
Over 2
and I
years,
haven't
yeah.
gotten a paycheck.
Wow.
So when's Mark Leventhal gonna give me my money?
I don't know. He was gonna step down, and
We
now he
want
didn't
answers.
step down, and it's all politics. I don't.
Y'all are
He
stupid.
sent y'all's money to me, and it's all in GameStop stock, so don't worry about it.
Dogecoin.
I was gonna ask you too, Toon. Do you still have those ketchup chips?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure he does.
You
He's
gotta
got
eat
it in a
one.
drawer by his
Yeah,
desk. I can almost guarantee it.
I forgot. I was gonna say that's my favorite MC Toon moment. Just the fact that we made ketchup chips a meme.
Eat one. You got to eat one for the 10K
That's
subscribers soon. You got to.
No,
You have
like
to
a year old.
Soon. You got
Oh,
to.
It must be green.
I'll
No.
bring you.
What the heck?
I'll bring you fresh ones when I can cross the
Don't-
border again.
You know you gotta, Tune. You know you have to.
No, he's not. He won't make
See,
it.
and I argued that plain potato chips and actual ketchup are really good, but I don't know about powdered
Ugh.
ketchup.
Yes or no in the chat?
No different than
Yes
French
or no?
fries and ketchup.
Those rotten things should not even be sold in
Yeah.
Canada. Don't eat them, too.
They're almost.
Do
Yes or
it.
no?
They're almost
for-
a year. By the way, they're
Oh,
almost
the-
a year old. I
They're
we- I
revolting.
I
yeah,
eat every chance I get.
they're
no, I opened
Like
that
flavorless
bag on
barbecue sauce.
March-
Don't do it.
March
Do
12th
it.
of last year.
Do it.
Let me.
Do
You think they got some sort of alcohol content to them now?
Oh my gosh! All right, let me
Fermented in
let
that
me read
bag
a
too
couple
long.
super chats to try to. I got the smell.
Probably about as
Eating-
strong as a
eating
Coors
ketchup
Light
chips?
by now.
Eating ketchup chips is like vomiting inside of your mouth without being drunk, you know?
Oh my gosh! There's a lot of no's. I appreciate the no's. 1, 2, 3,
Oh, there
It's
you go.
actually
1,
opposite to MC
2,
Tune.
2, 3 yeses. That's it. But
Oh, yeah, that's
4.
it?
Nah.
Yes. Get yes. We need yeses. Come on, hit the yes.
No,
I
don't.
live here and I won't eat that crap.
Martin H constantly, every time I eat him in the comments, he's like, "Don't eat them. It's bad for your stomach." All right.
What would Jason say about eating them?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're vegan. I should send them to him. All right, Merrick Zions for 10 PlayStation Network dollars says, "Grats 10K. What is the metal song in the opening? The metal song in the opening, Dick Dawson. What is the name of that song?"
I know it, but if I say it, I will have to take them out because it's a trade secret that only few may know and share.
Yeah, it's Demilitarized Zone. It's for free on YouTube Music Library.
Yeah. It's Ethan Maxwell, Demilitarized Zone. He does a bunch of the tunes that we use over on our channel too.
There you go. Tech J is a new member. Thank you very much, Tech J. Oh my goodness, it jumps. Fohammer. I hear a guy who ate too much CYKA lasagna.
Suka.
Suka lasagna?
Yeah.
Sounds
I
like
think
a
that's the
T
first
series. A T series reference.
Yes.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
something that was a hit in the bar last month. I have no idea.
Oh, I know the translation.
I
of
know what it is.
to English.
He always says it to Team. It's a song Team does.
Yeah. Is it about
Butter,
lasagna?
there's some
I don't want to say
lasagna,
words on your channel that
lasagna.
you don't like.
Oh, we've got a beaver. There's a lot of Canadians in here. Holy cow!
I know.
1,
Eh?
2, the whole top is Canadians, and then we
Not
got
for me.
we got one coming on the bottom. All right, I should do another.
Coming on the bottom.
They're all congregating in downtown Canada.
Beaver's always on the bottom. What are you gonna do?
All right, I am gonna do a. Let's see. I'm gonna do merch. I gotta pull it up.
Did you put a sticker of flat Earth on the frisbee?
I did
If
not.
not, why not? Hey,
It-
Beaver.
Yeah, there
How
it
you
is.
doing, buddy?
It's from
Okay.
McFlatty. He couldn't do. You know.
He couldn't
do.
figure out print.
I'm getting my image printed out here.
Hey, man.
All right. Let's see.
Hello. I was getting my vanilla on.
There
so
he
I'm late.
goes.
Hey, yeah. Do you see behind me?
There
Do
he goes.
you see behind me there, Brainy?
Which part of it? The Apollo or the?
Right there, above the frisbee. Do you see that?
I see it. I don't know what it is.
It's
Yeah, let me look-
Vanilla
let me-
Beaver.
Oh
looks like a
yeah, you
Christmas
told me
beaver.
about that thing. Oh my god, that's right. I do remember
That's
now.
great.
You shit.
Right here.
This thing was riding on the dash.
He rode with us down to Florida, or on the way back from
I'm getting-
Florida.
Oh my god, I'm
You
getting my camera
recognize
started.
this team, right? You recognize this?
Oh yeah.
That's Bucky, but he's been renamed Vanilla.
I like it.
Vanilla Beaver.
So it's
I like it.
Brainy, you got to come get it, or maybe we can have Punchy mule it across the border for you.
I am not even allowed to step foot in your country, technically.
ever again.
Thank God.
Since that incident.
Yeah. No. Like, yeah, exactly. No, it's because you guys are all coughing a lot.
Coughing, that's a Pokemon.
All right.
That's
I had a
right.
joke
Coughing
for it, but I had
remember
to put it in chat because I can't say.
We already had the Pokemon talk.
All right.
Oh, this
here
is the wrong OBS. That's the problem.
Here is the some of the new stuff on that merch that I made. So this one here, I'm gonna get this mug for myself. That has the Tron guy on one side, and on the other side says your inability to grasp science is not a valid argument against it. I'm gonna be drinking that while during some debate so they can read it. That's my plan.
Oh, you're assuming they can read.
Well, everybody else will get a chuckle.
You should print it in more of a crayon-looking font so it's more familiar to them. You know.
Well, here's the thing. Behind the scenes, I have actually discovered that Jason does not possess the ability to read. The reason being is because he's been arguing with PhD Tony, asking PhD Tony what his name is.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
my gosh.
Yeah,
It's
because he
Fed
has a
Tony.
real hard one to read. What?
He
Wow.
also, he
Is that
also
why it's always in
can't-
caps? Because like it's just word to text type stuff, so it just always caps locks everything he
Oh
does.
my gosh. His caps lock.
Maybe he
keys,
thinks
bro.
it's some strange acronym nobody understands.
Planner Walk. What did Jason say about the Roman Catholic Church at 500 BC? Wasn't that? He thinks that the Roman Catholic Church was influencing people's belief in the shape of the earth 500 years before Christ was born.
Oh yeah, he got the Oh, so backwards. All right.
Oh, my coffee.
If you're
God
interested,
bless.
in the mug, say something in chat.
Yes, say yes, everybody.
In
Say
chat.
ketchup
George
chips.
has to.
Give me a second to bring up chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say can't just.
So funny thing about my my eyes doing that thing. Have you ever had that thing where your eyelash starts like twitching? Your eyelid just starts twitching and just vibrating away.
Yeah.
So it's been doing it for like 4 days now. Okay, so I'm at the point where like even if I like cover my face, it vibrates. So I was looking online at like like remedies to it, and it was like the first two main things that came up were it was get more sleep, drink less coffee. And I was like, I guess there's nothing I can do then. I was like, it turns out it just, my wife laughed and agreed too. She's like, that turns out.
That's a kick to the nuts. Wow.
But speaking of, so I was gonna say it's 11 o'clock. Right, I have to go to bed and to be up early for work. See, I'm back at work now, and it sucks. I liked when I wasn't working.
Before you go, well, yeah, when you weren't working, you sounded like you were on the deaths, like you were being followed by the skeleton guy. That was like, he was just waiting for you to fall over so he could fucking jump on you.
Which is
you were
funny
like,
though, because
I'm punchy.
The Grim Reaper's real name, the skeleton guy.
But hey, before you go, I need to tell you that it is effing cold out, and while I do not feel like doing it at negative 30 something degrees Celsius, what we should do is when it warms up a little bit, if the coronavirus don't come to hunt our balls down again like it did a few months ago, we can, which it will because we've opened up way too much shit. So just give it a couple months to ramp back up again. But all I was gonna say is you and I need to freeze some beer in cups. Factor needs to come over. We need to pretend that the moon has sucked out all of the heat because we filmed us falling asleep in front of a campfire in the summer, and now we need to put the lawn chairs back out and film our asses waking up, and everything is frozen fucking solid, like frozen solid.
Well, like let's wait until.
I'm scared for you guys. You're too into this. Like that's.
We've gotten too deep.
No,
Yeah.
I was thinking that I live in the tundra essentially, which I don't. I live very close to MC, but he lives in the tundra of America too. So it's, you know what I mean? I live farther north than him. It just gets worse. So we're not, the tundra's a lot, like the actual tundra's way up, but you
goes
get what I mean.
forever.
So I was thinking
The tundra
I
never
could
ends.
film. I could film our Antarctica little 4-minute saga, trudging across just frankly a farmer's field, and the earth will curve before you see the end of it, and I'll be like, when does it end? In the snow, and I could put the narration. We journeyed for weeks.
All right, I need a number between 1 and 64.
Oh,
42.
69.
see? Getting
Okay, I'll see who won it.
3, 2, 1. 49.
49.
Special number 49.
Renee Enemy.
Renee.
Renee
Oh,
Enemy.
Renee, hell
Renee
yeah.
and me.
There it is.
Congrats.
That's the mug.
But yes.
So Renee, I will have that shipped directly from Teespring to you.
I want Jon Snow down there to smile. Okay, I want to see a smile from you. There you
There
go.
he goes.
Sorry, I'm playing this virtual Big Brother, and it's crazy, man. So I got people messaging me. I'm still in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm playing.
What do you mean,
virtual, it's on
how's it-
Facebook. It's on Facebook.
Oh, like you're actually being a big brother to somebody is what you're saying.
No. You know the show Big Brother?
It's a game?
You know
It's
the
a
reality show Big Brother?
Okay.
It's like online. They do it online.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm on board. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just an online Big Brother. You know the shit. You know the
Oh,
show
okay.
that's on CBS?
I know what you're talking about. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
I know of the one. I had a girlfriend that was all Big Brother.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah. It's because the dudes are never wearing shirts. I'm sure of it, but it's okay. I'm okay with it.
But anyway,
Brian gave it that doesn't-
congrats, Renee. I gotta go home, but talk to you there. Thanks for
Brian-
MC Tune.
Thanks for
And
coming,
here's
Punchy.
Here's
Later,
to another
Punchy.
90,000 more for maybe 100,000 this time next year.
That sounds
I'm
good.
banking.
My goal,
There you go.
Yeah.
my goal for this
If you
year is
leave, the
50.
Americans will catch up to us.
Oh, we don't want that.
Brainy, I do have to say something, Brainy, but what you said earlier about a girlfriend being into Big Brother or something like that, that didn't quite sound right.
That sounds weird.
Well, I mean, I have a big brother, but my big brother swings for the other team. So if anything, he would just give the girlfriend emotional support while she found somebody else that she would bang. So that's the thing. He'd be one of the girls, and I mean that not disrespectfully. I mean that factually. So yeah, I think I've been pretty open about that. My brother's gay, so it's no secrets there.
Okay.
All right, I need some.
I was just fucking around. I mean, I'm serious, but I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just sucking around with you. Like, but he is gay. Like, you sounded so like dejected there. You were like, okay. I don't want to ask any follow-ups. Like, that was way too much. Overwhelmed him.
All right, I gotta go Riley. But you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Oh shit, don't say that to me. You guys go. I'm sit back for a second.
What is the opposite of a Riley?
An Oakley.
An Oakley.
Oh, brutal. You're right.
Yeah.
And then if it comes out both sides at one time or together out of one hole, it's a Roakley.
Roakley.
Thank you. That's funny. Hey, listen. His dog had Westies, okay? Had Westie lung, and it's now cured because of CBD oil. Okay, just remember that, people. That's a miracle. His dog might have had Westie lung. He did not give his dog medicine into his goddamn. I did a whole live stream on it. There's no medicines that you administer to dogs through their water dish. That is ridiculous. It's like dog comes in, drinks half the water dish, spills the other half. You've no idea what the concentration of the actual amount of medicine they've consumed is. There's no way to regulate that kind of system. You cannot. And while I was streaming about it, somebody popped in the live in the chats and was like, "I do veterinary medicine. You're right. There's no way that they give dog medicine like that." And I looked it up. There's not a single liquid form of that medicine that treats Westie lung. It's horse shit. It was piss in a bottle.
That's
funny though. Oh man, you could see him like get the relief too. The moment that you can see the pressure let go and just that like breath, he just brings it in and just sweet relief. I'm overwhelming you guys. You're so quiet.
I don't know what you're talking about. My goodness.
Like Jesus Christ.
So it seems that MC Toon is back, and I do want to ask him if he's had a look over Right the Hand's math about him flying like Superman.
He never did present me that math. Yeah, so I don't think I'll be able to look at it anytime soon. Basically, Right the Hand, as well as several other flatties, their problem is that they do not understand science in the least, and he's unique. He's not in his Oakley is not his Papa Flurf. I don't maybe he is his own, but his misunderstanding of math is different than or science is different than everybody else's. Anyway, so he was on my Facebook and he's yapping about, what is proof? Is it picture proof? Is, and he's so simplistic. I'm like, here's the deal. You need to read Understanding Science on Berkeley's website. Once you do that, then we can have an adult conversation about what is science. If you don't do that, we don't have anything to talk about because you haven't read it yet. And I'm like, I'm just going to delete everything that you put on my wall until you do that. So that's as far as I get with Right the Hand. He just doesn't understand science.
Spurs keeps coming in and hiding. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, but do any flat earthers understand science?
No, they can't.
No.
The step one of flat earth is believing a lie, something that's not true about the world. Everything is going to contradict science. So they have to somehow not accept science.
Yeah, if they believed in science or
that a
they
board
accepted
cube?
science, they would just not be flat earthers.
They can't even accept the scientific method, because then any experiments they did to try to prove the shape of the earth would show that it's round.
Yep.
Isn't it less
Dude, I got a
about
question
accepting
for you.
science and more about just denying authority?
They all have, it depends on their Papa Flurf. Right? If it's Oakley, they pretend that they like science, but they've redefined it into just a way to deny everything that they don't like.
They've redefined it into fucking go down, go boom boom.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Boom, boom, exactly.
I'm sure
Oh
they're
my
very
God.
much. I'm sure they're very much into and believe very thoroughly their science.
Yes.
But it's not. It doesn't meet the criteria needed for actual science.
Okay.
Oh, we've got demonic.
Not even
Digital
close.
Demonic Davros says, read super chats. I turned 45 on the 19th. Well, happy birthday, Davros.
That is great.
Happy birthday.
And by the way, congratulations on the 10K subs before I forget to say that to you, because that's fantastic.
And Brady,
Because,
you're right around 5,000, aren't you?
I am finally about to breach that bitch. No,
Nice.
language. Sorry, your channel.
Drop
I'm
your
working
link,
on it.
Drop your link in there, so
I will do that.
How
in a
could
second.
Bernie has to
anybody-
say his favorite MC Tune moment too.
Oh yes. He missed that.
Oh God, what is it? It's I'd have to think about it. Like, I do watch MC Tune, but I mean, let's face it, there's so many. See, MC is so calm. Like, I think my favorite MC Tune moment would be a lot of moments, and this is going to be a cop out, but it's every time I see him with a flurf that is trying to set him off or saying absurdly insane things, or just like going in a circle or backtracking, all that stuff. And it's the moment where, like, me and my ADHD, I watch MC Tune and I think this guy would have just absolutely turned my buttons to the point where I was exploding by now. And I watch MC Tune just keep his cool to the point of ridiculousness. Like, why the F have you not kicked this guy off? Get this loser off this channel. Like, it's just, he's just so calm.
If it wasn't for the Rubik's Cube, MC Tune would be the most fucking aggressive content creator out there. But the Rubik's Cube keeps him balanced and centered with the force.
But I guess if I had to pick one, though, it'd be the tabs. It was that damn tabs. I didn't even see it. I heard about the stack of tabs while he was talking to Red Pill, and I was like, "Okay, that's next level," because he knows that was stupid what he said, and he's aware of it. So
Then he
like,
hides the fact what's actually in that mason jar.
Which, by the way, you're gonna have a hard time. You better stock up on tab cans, because did they not just annex the tab brand?
They did. In fact, this right here is one of the next. I'm gonna raffle that tab can. Well, it's unopened.
Oh, that is a good idea.
Unopened. It's a little more than a year old. I got it in November, so a year and 3 months ago. All right, I'm behind on super chats. I got to read a few. So Bella Charge says, for 5 New Zealand says, "What up, Fockers? Congratulations, MC Toon. You deserve to have more subs. Great debates. Thank you very much."
See, when you know how they made the pet rock back in the day, and it was like super popular. You'd have that little pet rock, and you'd pull it out, and it had like a little nest, and you put it in, and all that kind of stuff. Like it was a big like fad, right? Everybody had their little pet rock in their kitchen or something. Well, and of course, there's commercials that was like, you have to. Do you not remember what I'm talking about? Just go Google pet rock if you don't know, because like MC Toon looks like he's confused.
70, I remember.
Maybe this is a Canadian thing. I don't know. All it was is they'd advertise this
No, they had
goddamn
them
pet.
with googly eyes and stuff, and
Yeah, they just pasted googly eyes on a rock. It's like a rock from the forest. They just picked up a rock, put it in a box, but it came in a box with a carrying case and a little nest with some hay. And like they had the commercials are about how it needed air and it was just like a fad where people would buy this. Well, I had an idea for like a pet flurf, but like its home would be like a literal tiny cardboard box that you fold out, and it would have like 8 shower heads in it or something like that. It would be, you'd have your little. I don't know what figure. It has to be easy to mail because shipping costs in Canada suck ass. So it has to be something that can unfold like from like you send in like a letter form. That to make it cheap enough. But this is something I've thought about. Okay, little pet flurfs.
Hey, Toon, I have a grooming question for you.
Oh.
Your hair is always perfectly in place. Do you happen to use Gorilla Glue on that?
Holy shit, I saw that. Oh my God, who does this? She's suing now. Oh, because it didn't say don't use on your hair.
That was funny.
I knew there was hair glue in the house.
Right there, yeah.
Oh, don't tell Jose. Don't tell Jose.
You know what? I can't find mine. I think it's done. I gotta get a new one.
She's seriously
That's too
suing
funny.
them.
I read that and I couldn't stop
She was
laughing.
like, it was the way she ran her hand over her hair and was like, I've washed this like a dozen times. You could tell, you could knock on that thing. Like it was like a sheen.
Yeah.
Holy God. So I didn't see the full story. Like, so she's like, they had to cut the hair off of her scalp basically.
Oh.
Yeah, so Gorilla Glue told her to use acetone, which is a skin irritant.
Yeah.
You can't really do that. Plus, acetone doesn't really work on Gorilla Glue. Really, nothing works on Gorilla Glue. You have to use like industrial solvent to get that out.
Or just wait for it to sweat out over like fucking 2 weeks. Language.
No, I
sorry,
don't.
oh my goodness.
No.
I'm working on it.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. You ain't sweating that off. It's not gonna
not like The
over
Simpsons?
time. It's not gonna go away. There's only one thing you can do: shave your head
get rid
and
of
hope it
Shave it.
grows back. And that's unfortunately what she's probably gonna have to do. There's a plastic surgeon that's offering to do a treatment on her for free to help her get the Gorilla Glue out of her hair. But I'm gonna make a prediction and say
They've already cut the hair off, I think.
is not gonna work.
I've seen a picture where the ponytail's gone and it's just that you can see the base of where they shaved down right where the ponytail.
I want to know if like you could hit like a T-ball with that. Like I want to put a T-ball on a T and then take her
ponytail?
take her ponytail and see how far I can hit the baseball before the
I was
ponytail
thinking-
shatters.
I was thinking, who puts Gorilla Glue spray bottle beside their hairspray? How did that even happen?
She went and found it. But the other thing is, Philip DeFranco was talking about it today, and he said, "Listen, he said she should not win this lawsuit. He said says don't get it. He said it says don't get it on your clothing. He said it's pretty safe to say don't get it in your hair. And then the thing is, he said it was funny. He said, listen, he said I am so annoyed by her being able to even sue for this, even if she doesn't win, that he said I will literally help a fund me campaign to raise money for their defense against this woman."
Yeah,
he said if
one thing we need to stop in society is rewarding ignorance, and
yeah,
stupidity.
he said if I use barbecue sauce as freaking eye drops, he said I guess I'm an idiot. He said that's all there is to it. Like,
Right?
It's like on on packets of peanuts it says may contain nuts.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
That's
Or a
awesome.
jar of peanut
Does it
butter.
really
right?
need that? Yeah, does it
Yeah.
really need to say may contain nuts when it's pretty obvious that it's going
Listen.
to contain
Oh
nuts?
my gosh.
People ate Tide Pods. It's safe to say the new generation is not using every single brain cell that was that like they were given.
Oh my gosh.
Look,
iPods are good
just
though.
I just
They
gotta
look
say,
delicious. I will admit that swirl is delicious.
The
looking.
generation before us ate lead paint so much that they had to discontinue the entire type of paint. So I don't
That's
think
Nathan
it's a
Thompson.
generational thing. I think it's
Dude,
just a
it
stupid
tastes-
people are stupid
It
thing.
tastes so good.
That was Nathan Thompson that was eating that paint.
From a friend of mine, I actually heard that it tastes sweet. That like the actual chips taste sweet
that's
because
why.
lead is apparently a sweetener.
But how do you get to the point where you find out it's a flake of paint?
Right.
It's not a hamburger. What's
Oh
going
no,
on?
I saw a video of a lady who has a disorder and she likes to eat drywall. So I completely
What?
understand. Dead serious
That's
too. She
whack.
Oh,
eats
yeah.
on the thing. You see her with like a screwdriver popping a piece of drywall off and sticks it in her mouth. And I was like, "You're gross. You're a disgusting human being."
How do you get to that?
There used to
What's
be
the
a
How
start
do
of
you
the point?
show that
get
was
to
like
that? That's so
There was a
funny.
television show called like My Strange Obsession, and there was some
Oh,
lady who
yeah.
was like obsessed with like eating
but-
like her couch cushion fabric.
There's people that like reuse their mouthwash though because they're like they're ultra savers or something. The guy like
What's wrong with that?
he rinses his mouth and he like gargles it and like puts it back in. It's like what the hell? I'm like that's only works until the alcohol content drops and then the bacteria takes.
Oh,
All right.
I do
even
that
like
with
warm
toilet
paper,
water.
hold on.
That's
Fine.
disgusting.
I gotta come back to the plan here. I'm
Super
getting
chats.
behind super chats. So I did one super chat, and then Brainy Beaver came in with this pet rock thing. So Brainy, I gotta get a
I thought
couple
you were
super
done. You
chats.
pause. You can't goddamn well pause in there. It's not ever. Anyways, go ahead. Yeah.
Let's just say Brainy, cut it back about 10%.
There you
Okay.
go. All
Oh
right.
no.
Digital.
You sound like my mother.
Digital Demonic Davros says, I have a thing. Would you like my thing? No. That's a hard pass.
Don't
That's a hard pass.
That's a loaded question.
That is a very loaded question.
Don't do it.
Rick Sanchez says, FTFE sent me here. Thank you for what you do. You're welcome. And thank you,
Love,
Rick
love,
Sanchez.
dub.
Jordan Smith says, Toon, awesome job. Snow, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
Is that me?
Yeah, you're Snow. That's you.
Oh, well, I thought you said Smo. No show Smo.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, oh. Hey.
And we got
That was funny.
Skydiver Tanner says for $5 says for Nicola. Is that for Mark Steele's?
That was probably from Tesla earlier, right?
Was it Tesla?
Yeah,
or...
that's from Mark Steele's.
Maybe they meant for Nicholas, which is my name.
Nicola.
No,
No, Nicola,
Tanner.
the
Tanner's
Mark
right
Steele.
here. That's Tanner, right there. No, Nicholas. So this is from. So I redid OSI. There's a
Yeah.
different group of OSI that are for 5G and screwing with Mark Steele, and we invented these documents that said exactly what Mark Steele wants them to say, and sent them to him. Like we leaked them to him, and in this document, right in the part where we're like, this is what he's gonna want. We wrote, basically it was, NICOLA. We spelled it out in words, as if it's like a weapon. And he's like, and he read it. And I'm like, and then I did the video like, that's Nicola, NICOLA, the person you shot, Mark Steele. Yeah, that document is fake.
Mhm.
Oh,
That was
Fucking-
beautiful. That's one of the moments I forgot about that. Like I absolutely loved watching that, and watching you explain that fake document was priceless.
he
That sounds
screwed
amazing.
himself. You know what's crazy? He has sent that document to other people claiming it's still real.
Get
That's how sick he is.
Well, it's technically a
What?
real document, but a real document
Yeah.
that you made up.
Yeah, that was
Nicola.
written from the back end of a horse.
Hey, you've got no legs to stand on ever since you used the actual name of a lawyer or a judge involved in some sort of actual like part of the U.S. government. So it's like, hold on.
Sorry. So
Tried to make that case for. Oh, go ahead.
got back again to Digital Demonic Davros says they call us clowns, but they sing the clown song.
That's right.
Dingo for 5 Australians says, congrats MC Toon, love what you do, but I do think you are often way too kind to your opponents. Lol. Greetings from Australia. Thank you very much. I try to balance.
There's an argument.
Balance.
I just wanted to say, can I say that the fact that you are so nice to the flat earthers is it just makes them look worse, you know, especially when they come with all this ad hominem and these just they're attacking you and even just sending shots your way, and it's just like water rolling off a duck's back to you, you know, and it makes you look good because you don't sink that low, and it makes them look bad because they're trying to beat up on somebody who isn't even really fighting like that, you know?
I find it amazing though that they can wear you down a little bit, like in the sense of like, because they're horrible human beings. Like you can call me like any sort of derogatory, you know, homophobic slur you want to, and I know what I do at the end of my days, so I'm perfectly fine with you thinking what you want to think. In fact, it screams more about you than me. But like when they barrage you with it for an hour straight, like you do start, like if they were behaving like that with a lot of people in person, they would be missing teeth already. Like, and no joke, like, because you're like twitching angry because of just how relentlessly horrible the human being that you're dealing with is. And like, you feel like if you could just grab them through the screen and just right like that, it would be the best day of your life.
It's interesting. Do they think that that is how science is communicated?
I think they're winning the argument.
Yeah, like last night, if you watch Davey, he constantly told everybody that he won. When it was him not understanding anything.
Loudly not understanding anything.
I was so sad he wasn't on screen because the shorts, these short videos I've been doing are pretty fun.
Obfuscation? Denial?
All right, General E. Shady says, eat the chips, eat the chips, eat the chips.
Eat the chips. Yes. Eat the chips. Eat the chips.
No, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. I wouldn't even eat them off the shelf. And you had them buried for a year like somebody cooking potatoes in the ground. Don't do it.
Tune, I'm jumping off here soon. So at least
we need a calm debater in this community.
Hold on.
He's got to stay up.
Hold on. What'd you say, John?
Said I gotta jump off here soon. It's getting late, so I want you to at least eat one for me.
Oh my gosh!
Look, 10 chips for 10,000.
Dude, I want to tell you right now, a real friend like me would never ask you to do something so nasty.
Oh, under the bus.
I think they're having a pineapple pizza eating contest. That's what you're doing, team.
All right.
This is a guy who shocks himself for super chat money.
Hey,
do the same. I am upset that I am upset that he thought of it first. Frankly,
it was
brilliant. All right, here we go. One.
Oh,
just for you, John.
I'm a masochist for money. I'll do it.
Oh, that is so crunchy.
How is it not stale?
How is it not like chewy?
It must be like a rice cake that's too thin by now.
I think it's
hard.
Over time, it turns into like a ketchup beef jerky or something.
It got hard.
It's gone through its chewy phase, and it's now to its redehydrated phase.
It's so bad.
It tastes better.
Bacteria have rehardened the chip.
It tastes
right?
better
The
than last
bacteria
time.
have rehardened it.
He's starting to like them.
The face makes me think of like the Lucille Ball episode where she's got vitamin Vegemin. Like it's so tasty too. Just
Yeah,
Nope.
but listen, MC2, man, honestly, I'm glad you found me before you hit 10K because I can't wait to be here when you hit 100K, bro, because you're heading there, buddy. You're on the way. You're on the way, bro.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, I will say, Toon, I will say that one thing with YouTube is they set up these like tiers that they don't tell people about. And it's the 1,000 tier, the 5,000 tier, the 10,000 tier, and then it goes up to 100 after that. Getting to 10,000 is exponentially harder than making it to 5, which is exponentially harder than making it to 1. So when you get to 10, YouTube actually takes you a little bit more seriously. And so do the people watching your videos. They look down and they see double digits with the K, and they're like, okay, there's enough people watching this guy. Like, maybe I should be subbing to this guy too, because he's not just a this random person making videos. I think it does really help you out once you get 10K to kind of like give your growth a boost. So I hope
know
that works
somebody
out for
who
you.
manages around here that actually managed a couple of channels, and he said they took all the channels and put the math together. He said, and there was like, he said it was like 8. He said the magic point where you started really like getting the analytics, like 10K. He said, but he said there was like 8.8K. He said like, there was like a moment when you're getting closer to 10K where it started. It was like holding you back, and then you get closer and closer, and it starts gonna almost getting you a little bit more help again until you break that mark. He said, and then of course you just on fire. Like he even said to me, because that was a year ago, and I was at 3 or something. He said, you're doing pretty good at that point. He said, you just got these thresholds to get through. And that's he said too.
I'd said that exact same thing to fight without hearing anybody else say it. I was just like, one thing I noticed is once I passed about 7,000 subscribers, I noticed it kind of like I reached a lull, that like the number of subscribers were kind of leveling out daily instead of growing. It was leveling out. And then once I hit 8.8, something happened, it just like it was 8.8, 8.9, 9, 9.2, 9.5, and then 10, and then I got all the way up to about 20 before it really slowed down again for me, and then at about 33, that's when it really picked back up again.
Oof.
Duh.
On that note, I got to bounce. On the 33, I got to bounce.
All right, John,
that's cue for me. Thanks, guys. I was really
Bounce just
really
like a Jigglypuff, man. Later.
Yeah, thanks,
See you
guys.
later,
See you
John.
guys. So.
All right. Don't get me off track here. I gotta read some more. Bellicharts, who invented the riffraff team skeptic must be hard for people to invite Toon. Who invited the riffraff team skeptic?
I invited myself.
Yeah.
I do that a lot, quite often.
He just poofed the link into existence. Like he didn't need to find it. He didn't need to be sent it. He just typed it out perfectly and appeared.
Yeah, my ears started twitching, and I just immediately messaged MT Toon. I was like, "Where's my link?"
He says, "Give me link." I give link. That's how it works. Bowhammer says, "Team, that tooth gap is preventing you from talking more gutter. Toon, do not let team get away with GameStop stocks."
GameStop.
My buddy ordered a few of those, and he wanted the certificate.
I did say it that way though earlier without even. I realized it after I said it. I was like, I'm gonna put all the money in GameStop stocks. Not GameStop. It's GameStop.
Stonks.
Yeah, stonks.
Stonks. Yep.
Hey, he has become meme destroyer of shorts.
All right, we've got Cretan Ball says, "Congrats on 10K. My favorite MC Toon moment. Every time a flat earther says they don't understand something, and you reply, 'I believe you.'" I love it. I love it.
That's good.
That is good.
Oh, that deserves a mug, I suppose too. All right, Bowhammer says, "Oh look, there's the guy that owes me honey. Who
He keeps telling this, and I keep telling him that literally the VAT is on like the warmer.
That's not a good enough excuse, Brainy. That'll never satisfy Bowhammer.
I've owed him this honey for see what happened is he gave me a really nice super chat, and I didn't realize that he was buying honey from me.
Oh, that's how you sell it.
Ever since then, I've owed him honey.
Nice. All right, Andreas Eld for 20 secs.
I am actually gonna get him honey, so it's just coming.
I gotta team do the sex dance.
I'm doing it right now.
Says cremate the chips as a 10,001 special.
Yes, I agree. First off, who puts ketchup on chips as a flavor?
Canadians,
that's
what
so
the hell
gross.
are you thinking, people?
Like I dip chips in ketchup. Like actually dip it.
That's
it's no
disgusting.
different than a
You're
French
sick.
fry.
That's not the same.
Than a French
That is
fry.
not. That is not the same thing. Is the powdered, artificial powdered
the
flavor?
artificial
that
Would you
exists
dip
in
your
ketchup.
chip? Would you dip your?
I will dip
Would
it
you-
in regular ketchup, but not a powdered ketchup.
Yeah, but
Would you
dip
dip it in
eaters
a
are all a bunch
Frosty,
of
though?
lunatics.
Hey Tanner, would you dip a
goes
chip
my
in a
light.
Frosty?
Yes.
Oh, you sick bastard!
It's no different than a French fry. It was just like I don't get it. What's so wrong?
That's funny.
All I can say is that if you put salt on top of salt, it is not.
I do that.
Listen. We got to do the Family Guy thing. We've got to put butter on a Pop-Tart. And because he sings that song. If you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart, it's so freaking good. I tried it. He's lying. It's butter on a pot. It's butter on a Pop-Tart. It was no different.
The best thing to put butter on, as far as breakfast material goes, is a cinnamon roll. If you get a cinnamon roll and you put it, you smear a little bit of butter on it, throw it in the microwave for about 10 seconds so it heats up, the butter melts. That's good. Now, if you approach a buttered Pop-Tart with that mentality, you'll love it. It's amazing.
Well, I heated it up. No, I heated it up in the toaster and then spread the butter. But I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna one up your cinnamon bun. I'm gonna one up you and go to a grilled cinnamon bun, cut like sliced in half, grilled with butter on it while warm. That's what I love.
Now you're going to Gordon Ramsay on me. I like things simple in life.
No, it's beautiful. It's an art. It's a piece of art while you're eating it. I'm just saying.
MC,
Donkey says mayo on sushi. That just sounds gross.
That's who said that?
Anybody who lives below a certain
myself with that one.
Anybody who lives below a certain part of the world or gets too close to Australia, their food choices are out. Everything's gonna be coming Marmite and Vegemite and shit when you get to a certain point.
Hey, Marmite is good.
What?
I saw your eyes move when I said that.
All right, let's see. We got
sugar on bacon. Who the hell put sugar on bacon?
Marmite only works on toast, though. Marmite only works on toast. It doesn't work
I have maple sausages. Marmite on toast. I've seen that. It's still the Vegemite thing. I've seen them do it in Men at Work. All right,
we got digitally mono Davros. I read it before, but he said he turns 45 on the 19th. Glober Mom says, congrats to the only Master Zen debater on 10K. Thank you for that. Digital Demonic Davros again says, cook your food in motor oil, same as olive oil. Yeah.
No, olive oil is good to cook with.
Yeah.
Canola oil has the highest temperature before it starts forming trans fats.
Is it? What about, I saw avocado oil. Somebody was...
I don't know about that one, but I know that of the normal oils you can buy, because typically it's olive oil or canola oil.
Yeah.
Canola has the highest temperature before transferring into trans fats, which is so technically it's healthier.
What about peanut
you
oil?
gotta get a higher
I deep frying peanut oil all the time.
Oh, peanut oil is literally the one that they like don't use at the restaurants anymore to keep the cholesterol down.
Well,
I want to ask the civilized people. I want to ask the civilized people questions. That would be Tanner and Toon.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
have either one of you ever had avocado fries?
No.
Sounds
Is
terrifying.
it deep fried sliced avocado?
Yes.
Ooh, that does
It
sound
can't
good.
be as good as a bloomin' onion, I can tell you that much.
No, it's better than a
That
bloomin' onion
does
for
sound
sure.
good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Man, Toon,
bloomin' onions.
next
I'd
time
live
you're
for
in
those
Dallas, I will take you somewhere. We'll have some fried avocado that's exceptionally well.
And with this temperature going right now, my wife's like, hey, we got to get the heck out of here.
Oh, it's terrible.
All right. Mr. Unite for the Children for $10 says, MC Toon, congrats on 10K, you legend. Apparently, I am legend. I've seen that movie.
They're hunting me for my anus oil now in the chats.
Oh, yes.
They all want vanilla. They want fresh harvested vanilla.
At what temperature does beaver anal oil start forming trans fats?
It's usually when my wife's mad at me, whatever temperature her soul's at that day.
General E. Shady says, I'll pay $5 for the chips. You pay shipping.
Generally, Shay is nasty too.
Here's the plan on the chips. Because people doubt.
I'm sending
that they're
you chips.
real.
No way I'm not. I'm bringing you so many fucking ketchup products when the border opens.
Punchy gets these chips back. And then he can look and he can verify if I've replaced them with barbecue chips or something. That's the plan. I'm sorry, Generally Shady, but thank you for the $5.
I'm gonna bring you ketchup like popcorn, ketchup chips, ketchup like Pringles. I'm gonna bring you ketchup like you have no idea. Every single type of potato chip comes in a ketchup form, or any sort of snack food comes with ketchup.
They sell mayo.
Like it doesn't. It's not real ketchup. That's disgusting. Those people should be shot
Mayo
for even
chup.
inventing that
Mayonnaise
shit.
and ketchup.
Mayonnaise in general
Oh.
is like the devil.
Ugh. All right, John
Sorry.
Everyman for $10 says
Condiments is
congrats on 10K. You really do great work. Glad I can catch this live while doing literally nothing at work. Can't wait for 100,000. Neither can I. At 100,000, I would love to go to England. And there's a restaurant in Newcastle where Mark Steele lives called MC Toon. No kidding. MC Toon is the name of the restaurant.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Because apparently they call it Toon. That's like the name of the town. That's their word for town in the older language there. So it is MC Toon.
We get there and there's a bunch of there's a bunch of Hell's Angels. It's like motorcycle club.
It's a goofy steakhouse. So I'll send
I
Jason
to 100,000. I'll go. I'm gonna go challenge. I'm gonna fly to England just so I can challenge Craig, or go fly to Scotland so I can challenge Craig's clan.
Yeah, you could wrestle
Stand
Craig
at the top of a mountain, yell like Braveheart for a minute. Ah! Let my hair blow in the wind. I don't have any hair left, but it'll be like Simpsons, all those 3 strands.
You don't have any hair left. All right, Bellicharge.
Oh, dude, it's going fast.
Yeah,
okay,
we all know. Bellicharge says this coming from the guy who puts sugar on bacon. What a donkey who would wreck good bacon. And King Crew says, congrats on the 10K. Enjoy the 10-hour stream. I don't know if we're going to go for 10 hours.
So
Let's go 10 hours. Come on.
The sugar on bacon is me, right? The sugar on bacon, he's referring to me. But here's the thing. That is the most beautiful snack I've ever had. To just cook a half slab of bacon. You boil it in the oven. You broil it in the oven and you sprinkle sugar on the top of it. I have a nickname for it. It's called cocaine bacon.
Yeah.
Because before you stick it in the oven, it looks like it's sprinkled with cocaine all over the top of it. But when it comes out, it's caramelized sugar and it hardens the bacon just a bit. And when you harden the bacon just a bit, it turns into like a candied bacon. It's amazing.
It's really not much different than when people
some-
take sausages and you because I use that with brown sugar.
Yeah, brown
Sausages,
sugar and
breakfast
bacon is
sausages
really
and brown
good.
sugar. It's really freaking good. So yeah, it's the same thing. You create like a go ahead there, planner.
I was just gonna say I do have some bacon in the freezer, so what I might do is I might try that. Better yet, if I schedule another debate with Jason in.
Oh yes.
If I sprinkle sugar on bacon, my wife will literally attack me with something.
I might try to get Jason on Friday. Friday night, a special Friday stream.
So
God.
Planner,
Can we all come in and eat meat? Go ahead, sorry.
Planner Tune, what I want to do with you guys and anybody else who wants to do it, one day I would like us all to get together with a thawed out slab of thick bacon, okay? Not together in person. We can do this online. I will coach you in how to make your bacon. We'll sit here in a chat. You'll make your bacon and eat it on stream and tell me that that's not the greatest greatest thing ever given to man from the gods. It's why I'm agnostic. It's why I'm agnostic. If God did not exist, sprinkle or cocaine bacon wouldn't either.
I am a firm believer that
It's the
chickens.
only way to cure vegetarianism. So I'll try cocaine bacon. This sounds
I'm a
pretty
firm
good.
believer that animals would not be that delicious if he existed. Animals wouldn't be that
Why are
tasty
they
if he
so
did not
tasty?
intend. Exactly. And even at that point, if you want to extend it further, if he doesn't exist, it's their own fault for being so damn delicious.
Why is it that the yummiest food craps on the less tasty food?
Right.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's an order to things.
Hey, you're eating in what does he call it? He's like, you're eating it's inflammation. Which he actually, by the way, when he said that, when Fight said that he's wrong about, I wanted to talk to Fight about that. There is actually a study that shows that when you eat red meat, there's inflammation spreads throughout your body. And so what he was saying was actually correct, but that doesn't mean that that's necessarily a bad thing. There's also a lot of fatty acids and stuff that, because I mean, like Team has said multiple times that most hardcore vegans are intravenous drug users essentially because they have to take vitamin B needles to get something that they have to get from meat. So,
all right, I'm gonna do another.
Look at it this way.
Sorry, unless you don't want me to account that to you, Team. And he's like, oh shit, I never said that.
No, I did.
Look at it this
it's
way.
true.
Are you gonna barbecue
Yeah,
a
it is.
bag of Kentucky bluegrass or a few steaks, man? Come on. What are you gonna do here?
All right, I'm gonna do
Tim.
another giveaway. I'm gonna do
All
a
right.
shirt. I made this shirt last night. It's gonna be this one here. This is crazy old Grandpa Mark Steele. It's you can see it's
That's
Oh,
awesome.
come on.
it's Grandpa Simpson with sunglasses like Mark Steele. Says that's the 5G death ray lamppost that tried to get me. It's got a directional microstrip high gain scanning target acquiring radar antenna. Citation needed. Mark Steele, very, very expert. So if you want to be entered into this, say something in the chat. So yeah,
All right.
I learned After Effects for one reason, and that's so that I can put sunglasses on Grandpa Simpson in a video.
Is that
Is that on Teespring though? Because they might give you shit for using Simpson thing, eh? Because like even Sir Sick, he made a mug that it said Sir Res Sick Evil, and it was clearly not Sir Resident Evil, and they removed it for copyright.
Really? Well,
Oh yeah. Well, because technically that's somebody else's image, right? But yeah. So I'm just letting you be aware that might be something that happens. They could remove that.
we'll see what they say. Yeah. Well, if it gets removed, then I'll just make a new one, I guess.
Because his was clearly not Resident Evil at all. It was they'd used the font and made Red Sick Evil, and it was him on there and everything. His character is his avatar, right?
Wow.
And they removed it. So
Maybe there's a history with their company though, so that everybody's ooh in the background.
well, and some companies are worse than others. Some companies have been very litigious, right? So you'll find that they'll definitely be more careful with some companies than others. Yeah, for sure.
Very much.
Simpsons is pretty like you get certain companies that don't give a shit. Like I'm a firm believer that Seth MacFarlane does not care unless you put a whole episode of his up. I'm a firm believer he does not give a f if you use a piece of his.
Yeah, and the
for a
South
joke.
Park boys don't seem to
think he
care
does.
either if you're just playing.
I don't think because I've tried longer chunks, shorter chunks. I've never received a copyright claim from a Family Guy clip ever. It's crazy. So if you do that with certain other content, it'll be like 9 seconds, bang, you're claimed. So yeah.
So MC Toon.
Yes.
I wanted to show you something. So you know how I made this stupid cube, right? The one that
wrong
all
one,
the
yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah. The one that all the pieces are in the wrong way. Well, I didn't think that was evil enough. I didn't think it was evil enough. So I made this
I got
one.
Flat Earth Cube.
which I can show you in one piece is unsolvable. And you can mess with this all you want.
Oh, yeah.
You people are gods to me, just so you know, you people that can finish Rubik's Cubes.
I had my my cousin who I actually taught how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and I told her we were gonna race, and I gave her this one, and I used the other one, and she was like, "Wait, what? How did you?" And it was just hilarious. I wish I could replace yours with one and then have us race and see your
Caught my little
reaction.
boy just peeling the stickers off and moving them around. He's like, "Well, I can't get it." I'm like, "Yeah, that's not how it fucking works." Your language, sorry, but that's not how it
Right
works. I
behind-
said to him, "I'm like, Jesus, come on, buddy."
Right behind me here, there's Cube Earth. See the little model? It's done.
I
like
thought that was a
cube.
board cube.
Yeah, I've got that as a printout. If anybody wants it, I can send it to you. It's easy to make. It's really cool.
Well, you just
Does
fold it
sound
up.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrapped it around the Ryzen 5 processor box for the chip that's in my computer right now. It worked
Nice.
perfect.
That's
All
a
right,
good idea.
I
Juice.
need a random number. I got it right
Yeah.
here. 1 to 62.
These are
69.
staying right.
Team, that's outside the range.
42.
Can somebody-
All right.
It's 59. It's something freaky those Texans
It
do.
keeps coming
He's
up
gotta
with
explain it.
nines.
He's got to explain that. He's 59. He said something weird. Somebody gets like something gets in a weird
49.
S pattern and
Hey, Brainy,
62.
Brainy.
really.
Is 62. Wisconsin Sirens.
Sorry.
Wisconsin
next door neighbor.
Sirens.
That's kind of crazy. I'm not sure how actually random Google's random number generator is, because the first one I did was 39. No, yeah, 39, and then the second one was 38, and then this one's 62. I'm not sure. Well, I guess, isn't it a thing where the more random something is, the less random it actually seems? Isn't that a thing? I don't know what I'm
Probably.
talking about. I feel like
I don't know.
You might have made some shit up there, boy.
Yeah, I think that's you just made it up.
Hey, like, what if a rat is outside and it goes inside? Does it become a mouse? And if a mouse is inside and it goes outside, does it become a rat? There's people that are gonna get that joke. That's a movie.
Oh, gonna say there's a size difference there.
Oh man, that's a scary movie. It saddens me that you guys didn't know that. It's the Kevin. It's the what was it, Kevin Hart, and it's when Kevin Hart and that bigger guy. I can't remember the guy's name. They're always there. They're in every movie, and they do the back and forth where it's like, he's like, yeah, he woke up dead. He's like, man, how do you wake up dead? He's like, hey, just next morning he woke up dead. He's like, yeah, but if you wake, how are you dead if you waking up? You know, like, anyways, it's always been funny to me. Sorry, go ahead. Too much distraction. My bad. Oh fuck! There goes my light again. I'm having a rough day here.
As soon as you finish that tune, we'll race. How's that sound?
Oh, we're gonna race.
He's gonna give you this one though.
Somebody messaged me asking about doing a race for charity, and I said I told them that you might be interested too. Everybody goes $20 in.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to get a whistling competition.
Do a cube like the year they came out, way back in the day, man. I had it mastered when I was like, I don't know, 8, 9, whatever year, that was.
Yeah.
You know, no, I did.
Back in the 1600s.
How to master the Rubik's Cube. I had like this 50-page little book, and it was damn good. Like, it really worked. Then
Sorry,
I
I
had
was murdering animals in the forest.
The one with the links had the triangle.
When the Rubik's Cube only had one square per side.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
After reading that book, Dick didn't get any for like 6 years.
Had four blocks on it. They're really big. They're just.
It was a really well thought out little formula. It worked perfectly.
If he remembers correctly, though, it was right beside that thing where you grab the blocks and you move them along that wire that wiggled. You know that you have doctor's office where you got that thing where you push the block along the little trackway. You know exactly. Every doctor's office has one.
I know.
It's got that kid's toy where you have all the blocks on it. You push them around the swirls on the thing and push them to the other side. Yeah. Every freaking doctor's office in the world has one of those things.
Yeah. They didn't have those in my school till up until grade 5 or so. So you have
where the hell did you
I
live?
believe you.
Where did
it's just, you know.
I think it's confusing the Rubik's Cube with those little cubes where you had to put the same shape in the same hole.
That was so fun.
He's confusing that with the Rubik's Cube.
Do you remember the one that you wind up the thing and it would pop up?
Abacus, but
sorry, MC. But you remember the one that pops up where you turn the thing and it would you had so much time to put all the little things in, it would explode on you in your face. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
He still plays it today.
Perfection.
Yeah,
perfection. That was it. Yeah, perfection.
Yeah.
Go. Ah! Right in your face.
And then superfection, where the pieces had to be put together and then put in.
And then there's that infuriating game operation.
No, the most infuriating game is Rat Trap or Mouse Trap. You guys remember
Yeah, it's
that
terrifying.
game?
Yeah, but the new one works a little better. We were playing it with the kids the other day.
It never worked.
Did anybody
Well, it works a little better now.
Look,
slightly.
There's two parts to it. There's an actual game that you play that I never did. Did anybody ever actually play the game?
Building it is part of the game. Yeah, building it is part of the game.
You build it. Then you put you run the thing and you do the thing, and then you're like, "Hey, should we play the game?" You're like, "Nah, let's put it away."
No, but there's actually the building. It is actually you're able to build it as part of the game. A lot of people don't realize that the building is actually part of the game.
Yeah,
as you play. Yeah, see, everybody does the same thing. We all because it's infuriating. So you need to build it before the kids are there. So you need to spend the time putting it together so that you're not ready to like murder the children when they're going, "This isn't working. Shut the hell up, Timmy. I'm trying to get it to work."
Hey, did you ever play those games where it had like a deck of cards in it, and then it had about 8 plastic pieces, and you had to recreate? They were all awkwardly shaped, right, in different geometric styles, and you had to build. You had to put the shapes together to form the picture that was on the card.
That's called a puzzle team.
Tanagram.
different. It's actually it's something that like it taught you how to do like spatial recognition. You know, so what you would do is you would see the
tanagrams,
shape and
right?
Is that what they're called? Tanagrams?
Tanagrams.
I've never heard of that. I was just joshing with you there, team. You're smarter than me. Always remember that. Anytime I'm making fun of any of you, just remember this guy is like half of my intellect. So
don't cop out. Own it.
Don't take anything he says seriously.
There it is. I got it.
See, you can just ask Planner how many times he's beaten me in chess, and he will testify that I'm not the smartest apple in the crayon drawer.
Why do you have
I'm
apples?
not surprised of.
Why are there apples in your crayon drawer?
Because.
To be fair, George, though, there was one
point, I think.
For the record, that entire sentence just made the entire point land. That's the thing.
All right, is this what you're talking about, team?
I'll have to see it on stream. Hold on. Let me pull the stream up.
It's that wooden puzzle thing. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Yeah.
Gotta be.
Oh, they have it online?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm done.
Now,
I'm
you
done.
talking about Catan or something? What the hell?
It's not even Flash. It still works.
It's tan.
Oh God.
Tangram.
Can we just say
Holy
R.I.P.
shit.
Flash? R.I.P. Flash games, man.
No shit.
Yeah.
Took you long enough.
No, yeah, it's just this is.
Yeah,
the
but
first
that's
time.
because Flash is a good way to get all your crap stolen nowadays.
right,
unfortunately,
right.
It's
you need to,
horrible.
you need to
die
literally
years ago.
block. You need to literally block Flash now. It's the opposite. It used to be like you had to unlock Flash. Now you have to block it.
Many a study hall spent on addictinggames.com.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Flash games were like, you remember stickdeath.com or like where you stickdeath.com, right? It was all just stick figures running around, and it was like a guy running along with a gun, and he would stop, and then all of a sudden people would run out, and you only had a second or two to click like you're on the two people, and like and like they were all these like puzzle style Flash games, but it was all just like, there's this, you go along, you get killed through the door. So then the next time you shoot through the wall, like you just start clicking around, and all of a sudden you shoot through the wall, and that's how you get through that section. But it was just stick figure, like, gunfights. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, think like third person stick figure gun game.
All right.
Like,
I gotta get a few more super chats here. So, Brainy, let me go. Let me do them. Digital
blaming me. I was the last one to that party.
Mute.
Digital Demonic Gavro says, spray adhesive on toast. Anyone? Oh, that's the girl with the gorilla glue hair. Ugh.
Yeah. It only goes on hair, not on toast, guys. Come on.
Yep.
One thing on that note, I wanted to say while you guys were on that topic is when I was like 11 or 12 years old, I spilled Gorilla Glue on my pants. And I didn't immediately take the pants off, and they dried to my skin. And oh God,
You've given your age away, because when I was 11 or 12 years old, Gorilla Glue didn't exist.
I messed with
joking. I'm
Wayne,
joking.
Wayne
Didn't
Shipman,
exist when I was 20.
and
That's the thing.
he's like when I was a kid, I'm like, what, in the 1600s? Like, yeah. Oh, Wayne, good job.
Ow!
I'm sorry. I tried to
Virillion says deep fried Mars bar. Has
Gross.
anybody Tanner have? Where did Tanner go?
Fair.
I've had that.
Yes. The Minnesota State Fair here has like deep fried.
Yeah, I've seen people do it.
everything.
I've had
Yeah, and
deep fried.
apparently it doesn't melt. They do it quick enough. I guess they batter the crap out of it.
Really?
They batter the heck out of it with cold batter,
Brady.
I guess, or something.
Brady.
And then they do it, and it doesn't
Brady.
melt. What? Oh, I was again last to the party.
I've had deep fried Mars bars, and they taste nice.
Yeah, I had Oreos,
Yeah.
deep fried Oreos. I go to the at the state fair. They have they make the ice cream on the fly by mixing in nitrogen, liquid nitrogen. So I go to the people. I'm like, what if it explodes? The people working there, they have no idea. Like, but it's liquid nitrogen. But what if it explodes? They don't get it. Fohammer says, when Tony comes to the U.S., I'm going to get him a new polo to wear non-ironically. Okay. I don't know what that's about. Does anybody have backstory?
I
do.
All right.
I
No
have no idea.
backstory.
Yeah, I feel
Sorry.
like Wayne and Garth at the airport. It just went right over my head.
Oh, I love this one. Fohammer
Corona.
says for $5, says, if God didn't want us to eat animals, he wouldn't have made them out of food.
That's great. That's actually amazing.
I love that. Reaper 22 actual for $5 says, MG Toon, congratulations on your 10K subs. Love how you debate. Team Skeptic, miss you debating the flat earth. You are savage.
Yeah, I enjoyed my time doing it, but unfortunately, I didn't. I stopped getting pleasure out of it, you know. And when you're not doing something for pleasure anymore, it's, you know, you're doing it and it's causing it has a negative impact on your life.
Yeah.
You know, I had to step away. It felt like the right time, and I don't regret my decision. I really wish I really, you know, sometimes I always want to get that urge to step in and correct people. But I've just learned that they're just the most vitriol people on the internet. Like and I explained this the other day, you know, when you're when they say the earth is not a globe, right? We don't take personal offense to that. Like, we know what it is. So to us, it's not a belief. It's just an understanding of an objective truth. For them, the entire flat earth idea is a belief. So when you attack flat earth, you're actually attacking someone's belief system, which can draw out a lot of anger and hatefulness. And I got tired of it, man. I mean, I just, you know, I like the way that Toon handles it. You do it really well, Toon. I wouldn't suggest you change anything about your debate style. A lot of people say you're too nice, but I think part of that niceness is what keeps them around and keeps them spewing stupidity, which is ultimately what we're all here for, is to see the stupid. With me, I felt like not just that I, you know, when they would bring out stupidity, I would fire back with facts and emotion, and that made them fire back with defensive emotions. And when you have no answer to something, you start to reach into the pot of anger when whatever you pull out, maybe homophobic slurs, transphobic slurs, just overall general hatefulness. And I don't regret my decision. Yes, I do want to get back in and have conversations with flat earthers, but I'm kind of a little bit more picky, choosy as to who I will platform and will not platform.
Well, team, look back on it. Remember when you had the DMCA takedown issue with Daniel Pratt and whatnot? That's quite a long time ago now. So that's a long time to be dealing with that kind of serious toxicity. It does drag on a person, man.
Yeah, and that is one thing that needs to be said about it, is the toxicity. It's not even that, like, you can say something about someone defending their beliefs and even getting a little emotional about it is fine, but once you start, you know, with the vitriol and the hate and the just relentless insults, it's just like, that's at a point where, honestly, the only reason I can deal with it is because I have a great sense of humor. You know, like, when they insult me, most of the time I roll with the insult and I make a better joke than they did, you know. Like,
I think a lot of it had to do,
but yeah,
I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that, you know, even if it wasn't me debating, I was on FTFE's channel a lot when he would debate them as well, and we would kind of tag team debate them. So I could honestly say that I've participated in hundreds of flat earth debates. Most people don't reach that number of having to deal with the toxic stupidity that is of the flat earth, you know. Most people don't deal with it that much. So I'd say, and I always say this, and Brainy will tell you that I say this for any small creator out there, don't be afraid to jump on flat earth, you know, because it's a good starting point. It's a point at which you can get a name for yourself, a name for your channel, a little bit of branding, to give you an opportunity to, you know, hone and perfect your production skills. All of that. I will never regret having kept my feet in the flat earth, kept my toes in the flat earth water for as long as I did, because it allowed me to be a better content creator. And now that I feel like I'm a better content creator now, I can now use what I've learned dealing with flat earth. I can now use that to address other topics.
And
I feel like I've learned quite a bit from flat earth. I feel like I've learned quite a bit from flat earth, and like I wouldn't be nearly as knowledgeable about things like physics, for example, if I didn't decide, okay, I'm going to start debunking flat earthers.
Right. That's something I feel, because in school, I never really got into physics. I never really paid much attention in physics class. I was always more interested in biology and health and stuff like that. That was the side of science I liked. But ever since I came into the flat earth, I know that, I've found reliable sources and reliable people who link to reliable sources, and it's made understanding these complex topics, even what flat earthers espouse, you can argue with that it's not complex. It can be easily disproven, but there are still complex issues at the bottom of it that it puts it in my head.
It
hey,
doesn't take a complex argument to debunk a flat earther, but you learn complex arguments by being in the debunking community. I think that's what he's going for there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I think a good thing I learned from flat earthers, for at least from my time debating flat earthers, is how to think critically on my feet. I don't think I was ever pushed to that level in life. Like, I never really engaged myself in conversations that required me to think critically about different and like a situation that occurs right then and there, and be able to respond to it, even though like it's nothing, there's not a lot new for me. I mean, I did learn things by debating flat earth. I've learned of different experiments I wasn't aware of, but ultimately I didn't learn anything that I wasn't already aware of. I just became more aware of the different experiments that were out there that helped to prove that showed evidence
arguments of the same
support.
thing.
But I've used my
like
time.
when I got into it.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when I started getting into this, like I love physics, and I forgot a lot about it. So coming into it was like relearning everything all over again, that I could never debate, because I understand it, but I can't verbalize it as well as some of you guys can. So I created 2 videos on flat earthers, and one was kind of going after Nathan Thompson, which I do kind of laugh at, because I got my first troll comment from his little channel partner, or whatever you want to call him. But I wanted to go like a different route with it, and it wasn't so much the science part as I don't want to attack religion, because it's not what I was doing, but he does a lot of things faith-based. And so I kind of wanted to go after him more as, you claim you're this person who believes in truth and love and light and all this other stuff, but yet you do things that are so opposite of what your book tells you. And so that's what I wanted to go after. And I feel like sometimes if we kind of go after that part of them and kind of argue like how you're acting and what you're going through negates what you say your book tells you. If you do follow religion or not, that's cool, it's up to you, but how they're using it is so backwards. And I for me, I feel like that's what you need to go after a little bit more than the science, because they'll never just say, oh yeah, 100% I agree with the science. If you can go after them about their views, like basically I was calling Nathan a demon, like you're going around trying to deceive people. So what does that make you? You're literally deceiving people, and the religion you want to follow, that's not a good thing. And so that's kind of the route I went a little bit.
Cool. C-Tune just died on this, but I do want to say that that one thing I did take away from, one thing that has broadened my knowledge or broadened my my intellectual scope, is I learned a lot of philosophy working with flat earthers, like understanding where they're coming from. That's why if you watch a little bit of my later debates, I'm a little bit more calm, because I don't just want to debunk them. I want to understand why they hold the beliefs they hold. I've learned a lot about geology, a lot about geological processes. I couldn't have told I would say this, like before debunking flat earth, I was completely ignorant as to why we have a magnetic field. I never really thought about the mechanism behind creating the magnetic field of the earth. And then somebody pointed out, about Curry points and this and that. And I was like, okay, so now that's something I need to learn. I need to learn about what it is that drives the magnetic field if, the temperatures are above above the Curry points of these metals that are located in our inner core. So I did get a chance to learn things like that. PhD Tony, he has showed me a lot. PhD Tony, somebody I respect, quite greatly. When he showed his data points for earthquake seismic wave travel times, it's like there's no refuting that. At that point, you just have to accept you're wrong. If you don't accept you're wrong, then there's something wrong with you. And that's where I think I started to kind of get away from things, when I was like, hold on now, are you here to learn or are you here to troll? Because we're legitimately giving you stuff that would absolutely prove that what you believe is incorrect, and yet you still hold on to this. Why is that? And that's when I got to the point I was like, I feel like I am teaching third grade science to 35-year-old men who don't want to learn third grade science, don't understand third grade science, don't want to learn third grade science.
They're not interacting with you to learn on any level. They're interacting with you to cherry pick and find something that they can refute based on the crap they've been told before. Right? It's that roller coaster ride. Same thing.
And that's why they want to spread their religion.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it doesn't, religion by definition does not need facts to be believable. So that's why it is a religious, it is a form of religion, in my opinion. And that's why you find a lot of religious people.
For nothing, right?
Yeah, it's faith-based. Exactly. It's faith-based. I have no proof for God, yet I believe in God. And not everybody has to have that, and I don't want to ridicule people who do believe in God, but I'm talking more the fanatical side here, the very fanatical people, you tend to find that flat earthers, and not all flat earthers like this, but most flat earthers are have fanatical religious beliefs where you're like, this is absolute truth. They don't need evidence.
Yeah.
The book is evidence. Somebody wrote something thousands of years ago. Yeah. And the author of 1,000 years ago is the ultimate author of reality. And that's not the way
they get it backwards.
That's not the way the world works.
Even though we had the Council of Nicaea, right? So figure that one out.
Yeah, they get it backwards. They're like, can I bring my Bible to the debate? Like, no, you got it backwards. If the Bible makes a claim, you need to first show that whatever that claim is correct. And then that will beef up your view of what the Bible says. Of course, the Bible doesn't say that, but
right,
it's in the wrong order.
There's so many religious people out there.
Find the walls of Jericho and then bring the book in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's like there's how many people that follow a religion or follow the Bible and stuff like that, and they wholeheartedly believe in science, and they'll go off to science first and foremost while still believing in a God, which there's nothing wrong with that, And so when you're trying to take one thing and overpower the other with stuff that's right in front of your face, like I was saying in my video, it's like, to me, if you wanted to believe in a God, the universe and the earth being a globe would be even more of a proof of a higher being creating something, if that's the route you wanted to go. So you would say that this person who you think is just all powerful could only come up with the idea of a flat earth. They couldn't come up with an idea of a globe. They couldn't come up with the whole entire universe. They couldn't come up with, the things that we see in our telescopes and stuff like that. To me, that would only prove more so that there's a God out there, if that's, if they want to believe in a religion.
Hey, Tune.
There's been many
Tune.
believers
Hold
who
on,
have
hold on,
discovered things that have brought us forward in the old days. So, right?
Oh yeah. All right, let's hear team.
Big time.
I want to say that, earlier in the stream, you brought up that somebody had accused Simon Dan of buying subs. And I see that Simon Dan is in the chat right now. I just want to be the first person that says 100% Simon Dan did not spend his money on subs. He spent his money on FIFA skills to beat me. I know this for a fact. I've played him a few times now, and there's no way he's that good without spending all that YouTube money on FIFA skills.
It's interesting.
I think he used a mod chip.
Interesting you say that because PhD Tony said
Game Shark.
PhD Tony said, "Congrats, Toon. Thoroughly well deserved. Awesome panel too. Except for team, he pretends to be a flurf, but to not be a flurf. But have you seen him play video games?
Yeah, I'm trash.
You play video games like a flurf.
He doesn't understand gravity. He hits the ground a lot when he goes to skydive.
Goes down, go boom boom.
Yes.
These are facts. These are facts.
He goes, "Hey Tanner, watch. This is how you actually skydive." Jumps out and then smacks into the ground and forgets to deploy his parachute.
But
right.
don't as a skydiver trainer, don't you love when I do the I pull the chute as I'm hitting the ground and it's like no damage, no big deal, no damage.
Right. It is kind of funny.
Sounds like an Acme parachute. Did the Wile E. Coyote pack that for you, or what's the hell's going on here? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Simon Dan says, "Did team lose his thumbs? That's the only thing I can think of for losing 7-0. Oh,
Hey.
Actually, no. MC Tune, that's 7.
Listen, it does not surprise me that a European beat a North American at soccer. Okay, this is not a big
That's
thing.
right. At least you called it the right name, soccer.
Football. Yeah, well, I live on the same continent as you. Why would you call we the other football?
Team, shouldn't we admit right now that it's the actual football game, because North American football, you don't really use your feet that much.
The first thing you do in the game is touch it with your foot.
They already had rugby.
Yeah, the very first thing you do in the game is kick the ball. It is football by definition.
But after that, it's pretty much against the rules, dude.
Can I just do one small correction for MC Tune? That's not 7-0, that's 7-0. So just so you know.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, I want to do I'm going to do a couple giveaways here in sequence. This is the disc signed by McFlatty, and I'll show it to you. That I'm giving away.
How'd you get that signature?
It says, well, McFlatty's my ugly identical cousin, so
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's Melbourne Flames. It's a error disc, a mistake disc. I don't know what's wrong with it, but he signed it. Sub to McFlatty. So
it should have a picture of flat Earth on the top.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna do that. Also, this full unopened can of Tab. It's over a year old. There you go.
Hey, I want to see the bottom of that can. I want to see the bottom of that can and make sure there's not a puncture on the bottom where you pulled the tab out and refilled it with Sprite. Yeah, it looks like there's a puncture on the bottom of that can. It looks like there's a puncture.
And this.
That's like feeding a man who wants Taco Bell taco time.
Yeah, but you need to keep things like that. That's one of those things that you store for when some guy comes along that has way too much money and no. Yeah, because what happens is somebody comes along in 10 years and they're like, I want to drink your stale Tab and I will pay you, sir, $1,000 for it.
No. All right. I
had an old jacket that was worth $1,000 because apparently it has an error on it. And I was like, mother effer, I'll sell that for $1,000. This old jacket, pulled it out of the closet, started cleaning it up.
Is the Melbourne Flames Jin Zayu? I don't know. Says, is Melbourne Flames a Canadian women's curling team? Yeah, I believe it is. So, all right, Gowden says he wants the cube. So I'm doing 3 separate here, back to back. So if you're interested, make sure you've said something in chat lately because you'll automatically get entered in.
That cube is Jordan's.
Isn't this what Simon Dad used Game Genie? This is what he used to win teams. So don't feel so bad, okay? He's got the only copy of Game Genie that exists in 2021. I'm going to tell you right now. Somehow.
So when
it's his NASA hookup.
Look, when Dan messaged me and he was like, "Hey, want to do this like game stream on my channel?" and I was like, "Free subscribers, yes!" I played so bad that people unsubscribed.
Wait, were you on screen?
And Simon Dan cheated with something that was ported from the SNES,
I
dude. How
believe
does
it.
that feel?
I believe it. I believe it.
One of these speed hackers that's altered the code in the background. That's exactly what happened. Now I remember. Yeah.
I had to send him.
thing
I had to
was running on a
PayPal him to get my
6502.
manhood back.
And to PayPal him to get That's great.
All right.
Too funny.
Getting the lines. I'm getting the.
I'm thinking like I partly want to rebrand ADHD Beaver. I'm not that I don't feel brainy enough. I just feel like I could take that away and just really embody what I am, you know, and just live it.
Never do that.
Yeah.
Nah,
Why grab it by the horns when you can just, ride it bareback and own it, right?
Never embody who you actually are,
I'm
Brainy.
typically trying to ride somebody bareback, but it's usually my wife. What?
Wrong
Calm down, MC.
wrong
That's not going to
stream.
get you
Oh my God,
demonetized. You calm down. The FDFE was all concerned because I hung a pair of Nathan Oakley's blurred out testicles up and licked them on his on that GoLab.
Oh, that sounds lovely. All right, number between 1 and 55. Use random.org. Try that one there.
Random.org got
Jordan.
you. 1 second. Random.
What does random.org do?
Better say 51.
It's like the power of bacon or something like that. Bacon number.
All right.
Better say 47 for the tab.
Men, what's the max?
55.
55. All right.
69.
Generating. Result is 19.
I like the other better that did higher numbers because I was 51.
19. Gowdens gets the tab.
Oh,
Look at
Gowden.
that. Gowdens gets
Lucky,
the
lucky.
tab.
Look, can we exclude Simon Dan from this? He's already got 500,000 subscribers.
It's just a.
He doesn't need the merch.
It's actually just a ploy to get his new home address. That's it.
Right.
That's
Got a spare
now I
pair of
remember.
legs
All
sitting
right.
around.
If Gowdens if Gowdens win, if it comes up 19 again, we'll re-roll. So do another one.
Oh my god.
This is for.
Tune.
This is for,
You know, Dan only gives out the address to the dude in the suit, right? It's not really his address, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
wouldn't have really worked, right?
All right. So here is the McFlatty, the sub 2 McFlatty disc, number between 1 and 55.
Looks very Canadian.
Generate.
It says Melbourne.
What is it? Red because it's red? Like, what
Canada, yeah.
qualifies? What?
All right.
Well, no, it's got the flames, like the Calgary Flames. I was thinking, as a hockey guy,
Well,
Canadian.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. You're a
Hey, yeah,
Westerner.
it's from-
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, it's from the Melbourne block. It's from the Melbourne block of downtown Canada. So I mean,
When there's flames like that around here, it's not a monument. It's the forest is on fire. So
Hey, we have a Melbourne block here. Trust me, everybody in my neighborhood has an Australian sleeping on their couch all fucking summer. It happens every
you guys
year.
don't even have real winters. You're not even real
What's the
Canadian.
number?
You
All right,
guys
the
don't even have
number
snow.
is
I bet
8.
right now. You
We
liar.
gotta get the
No,
number.
we don't.
We gotta get the
Dude,
number.
it was beautiful,
George.
sunny, and green
eight,
today.
All right.
Eight.
There we go.
I ate breakfast
You
this
can't-
morning.
All right.
Actually,
that
no, I
goes to
didn't.
Clive Wells.
Yeah.
Clive, come on.
Clive.
Clive, come on
You
down.
ain't helping me.
All
My,
right.
my balls are literally sticking to my legs, and he's got no snow. And you know what I mean? We live in the same country, probably on the same longitude, even. Or
Oh, yeah,
latitude?
dude.
Which one?
Yeah.
Latitude.
And I'm 1,200 feet up in the air, and yet, we don't really get winter. It's really good.
I mean, 1,200 feet is nothing. I mean, I live 1,200 feet up in the air too, because just bedrock.
Contact me on Discord or email me mc2@mc2.net, and we'll get your addresses and stuff. This is for the cube.
Oh, the big giveaway, because you've already played with it. It's got Toon DNA all over it. This is
God,
the
it's
big
just
prize,
there's
ladies and
coronavirus
gentlemen.
wedged in, securely fastened between the frickin' blocks.
I coughed on it. I licked it. It sits in my bathroom all the time. Don't worry, it's clean. It's good.
Just open the box of gloves, spray it with Lysol spray, rotate it a few times. It'll be good.
All right, what's the number?
Yeah, it's been treated just like D Marble would treat it. You're all right.
I'll tell you the number. The number is whatever my number is.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah,
In his life or like
38.
38 is new member. No, it's NA.
Ah.
Yeah, right.
NA gets it. Oh, instantly message retracted from NA. What's up with that? See that?
You wanted it solved.
I'll solve it. I'll solve it right here. Right here, right now for you, NA. I'll mess it up again.
I don't even think he knows what's going on.
You got to respond, NA.
Dude is so high right now. He has no idea. You've
He
got to
says
redo this
what?
for him. Like, I'm not
He
kidding.
says what?
This is like
Yeah.
he doesn't even know what's going on. He's just like, why is my name being said right now?
Yeah, NA, just say yes. I'm the winner. Woohoo! I'll PM you, dude. Just do it right now. Just trust me. Do it because you get the cube, baby. You get the cube.
Sorry, I'm high as fuck.
Did you actually say that?
Yes.
You really did.
Oh my God, you called it.
Oh
That's what I said.
God.
Oh.
He just heard like answer a number. He was like 51. Jesus. He just started typing.
NA, you won this. You won this. This is yours, NA. You
He
just
doesn't
need
even
to
know how he won.
send me a private message and I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
He's gonna forget. Don't
Yeah.
worry. I'll remember. I wrote it down.
Yeah. No, he's on he's got it now, man. He's on point. It's good. You know, it just took a second. It's all right, you know.
Yeah, and then a
Trust
week
me.
from now when he gets it, he opens up the package. He's like, why the hell do I have this?
Where did this come from?
he just put in the chat. He just put sweet, and I just want to correct him. No, it's plastic. Okay. So
Don't
eat
lick
it.
it.
Yeah, but
They make those
Lives out east.
dog bones that are flavored like bacon, and they say even though they're made of nylon or something. I don't know how the hell they do that, but
Beaver, he lives out east. It's more resiny there. He's a little cloudy. It's all right, man. He'll
Is he
just, you know,
Cana-
just give him a second. Yeah.
Is he
he's all good,
Canadian?
man?
he
Yeah, well, I
I don't know where the hell
lives
people
it,
live. I
you
should,
know?
but
Yeah,
should.
he lives it. That's for sure.
is he Canadian? Oh boy, is he on the East Coast there? Eh?
Hey, I have a
My wife
question
and
for
I-
you, MC Toon.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm thinking Montreal. Montreal.
I have a question for you, Toon. Is there a way to solve a Rubik's Cube so that the squares aren't in the same order? Or will it always solve to the squares being in the particular order you started it from?
There's
Like,
only
well, if you were to-
there's only certain combinations. So like this last one there were 3 cubes out of order. There can't be 2 cubes out of order. If that's what you
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
What I mean, okay, let me put it for in another way. Let's say you were to sign it, okay? Could someone complete Rubik's Cube so that the signature wasn't the signature, so that it was
the
like spread out?
Yeah.
The centers can be rotated, but because there's no you can't tell the orientation, it's not a problem. But the picture cubes, sometimes my family gave me picture cubes, so it's got a picture of their kids and my kids and whatever on each face. You solve that, and then they're twisted.
Yeah.
So then there's a pattern to fix the twisting.
It's just a grand metaphor, really.
There's also there are those one Rubik's cubes that have the arrows on it that you have to get them in the exact order. I can't remember what that's called, but where every time you solve it, you have to make sure the centerpiece is the same way. They're crazy. I tried solving one on an app, and you're right. There are patterns for reversing the orientation of the middle piece, and they're just.
All right, I'm gonna do one more right now, and that'll do. It's gonna be a stack of a few bingo sheets, used bingo sheets,
Like stigmata over here.
right here. So I need one more number.
Look, one in 55 again.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and if they already won, they don't. Sorry, you don't get it twice.
51.
Wait,
And
Alex.
that number
Wait a second. Wait a second.
is-
Wait. I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna recapture the.
We get veto if we win as a creator by guessing.
No.
I can't. What a terrible thing to do. I veto that win. Son of the kick. And Andy can kiss my ass.
All right.
Oh my god.
So
I'm so tired. You have no idea. I'm running on like 3.5 hours sleep and 12-hour days. Like, I have been so busy. It's crazy. I leave the house, come home when the kids are almost going to sleep. So I'm tired.
All right. I'll do this. I got to do some more super chats after this. Then I got to take myself out. So yeah, I got everybody is in here that has said something recently. All right.
Little do we know, MC Toon's wife told him that he needed to start clearing out some stuff, so he figured he would just kind of like prize out all this stuff.
She's gonna be happy for this for sure. All right.
Get this shit out of here.
I want a full disclosure to the team that I was jealous of his Dwight Schrute, and so when he stopped using Dwight, I employed happily my Ruby Rod from Fifth Element.
All right, 1 to 55.
Corbin Dallas. If you look, he's hanging out with the hockey players.
No, 1 to 51.
51. Gotcha. All right.
Picking his nose now. I can't. This is backwards to me.
Number 9. Number 9.
Conical Reason. Right there. Conical Reason.
Oh, that's my other name.
Oh,
that's my other name.
Clive was so close. So I'll send you like 10. If you have a favorite flurf that I've
send me the
debated.
Simon Ramos one. The Simon Ramos one. I need to frame that one.
And you look at Dick Dawson, he's just like an image of the 80s. Just like in person.
I'd be more. I would say more of the 70s actually in real life, but that's because you're too old too young to remember.
I'm from the 80s. I'm an 80s model, so it only goes back there for me.
Dick Dawson actually reminds me.
I've never put hairspray in my hair once in my life, so you don't quite get it. But that's close.
I'll be
Good
right
try.
back.
Dick Dawson actually reminds me of Ron Jeremy, but he's.
Oh my god! Oh no!
That's awesome. Ow.
All right, let me see if I got some. Oh, Dawson got from are you still? Oh yeah, there you are. From Fohammer. Dawson, is it a ketchup chip in your computer?
No, AMD, but close because they were ATI with the AMD graphics cards, right? So there's a little tie-in for Canadiana there.
What do you have, a 5600X in there?
Yeah, the 50 the X with the right now I've got an interim graphics card though. I got a 1660 Super waiting for the whole market to tie down. So there's a bit of a bottleneck and it's close. I mean, when I'm doing a Shills produce and this and that and blah, 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 I'm only using 25% on everything. So it's okay. But renders are not what they could be with that GPU. So I'm close.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you, man, rocking the 5950X and the 3080, the RTX 3080. Yeah. I do renders, 20-minute renders in about 4 minutes. And that's at 1080p 60. And it takes about 4 minutes to render the whole video.
My GPU spikes and my chip doesn't, and I'm just sitting there looking at it going, son of a bitch, because I know how much more there is to give, team.
Do you have AMD?
It's driving me crazy, man.
Do you have AMD, Dick Dawson?
Yeah.
See, you know what's crazy is go into your BIOS, go check your BIOS settings, and I was actually really shocked when I went in to do some like upgrading of my BIOS settings and like updated the BIOS firmware recently, and I found that the setting natively on the motherboard is defaulted to not multi-thread. So my entire hyper-thread multi-threading capability, to take your virtual cores and break them down, wasn't. Yeah, and I found out that that's actually not uncommon. That it's off by default. So you should go check it if you've got a computer that's capable of it. Because it's
No,
huge. It's huge.
I'm an old tech support guy, right? So I go into my board and I go into my XMP profiles and set my RAM and I tune my
You should have
chip
seen
up a
how
couple
upset I
hundred
was, though.
megahertz, but you know,
I think MC Toon knows what that is too. But you should have seen it. I saw the setting and I was like, who doesn't turn that on by default? So of course there's a huge performance boost.
Hey, Dick, what do you have?
you must have
what's
just
your
seen
RAM?
it go off the scale.
How much RAM do you have,
I
Dick?
got 32 megahertz of 30. I got 32 gigs of 3200 megahertz, right? And I got
actually not
everything
bad.
clocked up to 34. Yeah, and I got it up to 34 right now, and the chip's up 200 or 300 megahertz, and like I've got some noctuas blowing in and out of this case hard, so I've got really good cooling. You can't hear it at all, and everything's really safe, really stable, very benchmarked. But the GPU is holding the whole thing back to a point that kind of makes me sick. You know what I mean?
The 1660 Super has what, 6 gigs of VRAM?
Would you say?
Yeah. So it doesn't suck. You know what I mean? And
No, it's good, but you're right. You're going to bottleneck.
If right, the 1660 Super is actually a 2080 die with a few things turned off because they didn't bin high enough, right? But it's enough that it's a bottleneck big. Like I need to get over that.
See, I had a 1050, so go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a 2070 Super that's just sitting on the shelf right now, and it's like a really popular. Yeah, it's a really popular graphics card to be buying right now.
I was gonna say I need a new one if you're willing to sell it.
Should we raffle off? Let's raffle off teams graphic card. Yeah, we're gonna raffle it off. Number between
I had a pretty
1
good
and 51.
Dude,
I went
with the
1050
market the way it
Ti
is,
to,
if anything happens, you need a backup. Don't do anything with that
Yeah,
card.
it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm holding on to it just in case my 3080 falls apart. No, go ahead, Bernie.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm not. I'm like trying to get in like a spastic idiot. So I was just, I was like, yeah, I got to dial back here. No, all I was saying is I had a 1050 Ti. So my increase, I jumped the 16 series because I had read that like he said, the 20 series was essentially like the 16 series was kind of like not that good of an improvement over the previous generation versus going to the 20. So like I had the option of jumping, and so everybody says, why didn't you get the 30 series? I'm like, multiple reasons. A, I got this in like September when they weren't even available and nobody knew how many they were going to produce. And then B, I'm like it was still 500. Like they're like, oh, they're so cheap. I'm like, yeah, relatively, it was still $500 more, literally double the cost of the card to do a 3060 than it was to do the 2060. I know it's better performance, but I gotta feed the family, right? So.
Yeah, I'm at the point right now where I am holding out for the 39 or the 3090 because vMix is actually it eats resources, and I do gaming as well, so I feel like I wanted to get the 3080 Ti because it was just an upgrade of about $200-$300 from what I have. But it looks like those, they've been put on hold indefinitely, so I don't even know if they're ever going to come out. I mean, they'll eventually come out, but I don't know that they're ever going to come out. And if I get the opportunity to scoop a 3090, I'm just going to take my 3080 and swap it out for a 3090 and pay the extra $1,000 because I'll actually get use out of it.
All right, we should not go too far down this hardware.
Oh, come on. Text stream. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. And there's a few of us that could do it too, and it's probably a good call, man.
Yeah. I stopped following a couple years ago on graphics cards when I said I can't play video games anymore. It consumes my life. So I stopped. I don't allow myself.
I play old ones because they don't do that anymore.
Exactly.
How long can you play Space Invaders for?
Shit, I'm still playing.
God.
I'm still trying to play Call of Duty, so as an adult.
Space Invaders, Call of Duty. There's a gap between them.
Yeah, I was going to say quite.
But they're very excited that you're donating your 3080 to the raffle. That's awesome.
They're going to be even more excited when they know that I'm not doing it.
All right, he's just sending it to me.
Let me. So we got B-Ball for Life says congratulations on 10K. Reaper 22 Actual says, I think this is to team, says much respect for your decision, and know you have a fan. Still follow your idiots and Karen shows from a fellow vet. Much love, brother. But I think that $5 is for Ranty, not Roxanne.
Oh God.
All right. Let me almost catch up there. We got Steve 6464 says, when you read the Bible just to find flat earth proof, you're not reading the Bible for life lessons.
Yeah.
They certainly do that. Ooh, a pie for 10K. I'd like more Lego, less flurf, says Florida. More Lego, less flurf. I did enjoy doing this this Saturn V, so I'm gonna do another one.
Ooh, I got the Saturn V inspired by you building yours. That was a fun build. I loved it.
My son and I just did a space shuttle one that was real nice. Oh yeah.
That Lego.
I want to get the lunar lander next.
The fake space shuttle one that's not really the space shuttle?
No, sort of. It's identical real Lego, but it's not their kit, but it's an amazing, oh wow, piece of, like, it's awesome.
So it's not from Lego?
No, it's not from Lego, but it's a cooler, more enjoyable piece to own because we can actually use it. It has a launcher base and it's really cool. The launcher base isn't very authentic, but it's great because, you know, it's there. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
Huh. All right.
I'll have to take pictures. I'll show you.
Yeah, that's good. All right. We've got one more. It says, Fohammer says, Dan, all those goals went through Team's tooth cap.
Yeah, that's messed up. It's not that big. I mean, you can probably fit 3 soccer balls in there, but you can't do the entire 11 that you would need.
I just came back and heard the wrong shit. What's going down here? How many soccer balls are we fitting where, team? I really want to know these details now. I want to be involved too, really. I feel like as your friend that I need to be there to support you.
I hear that Simon Dan shoved 7 balls right up Team's goal.
It happened something like that. I was okay. Look, I entered into the competition assuming I was going to lose. However, I was not going to just lay down and let him win. He stomped me. He gave me the best team out there. Yeah, he gave me the best team out there versus his trash ass team. I don't even remember which one it is, Simon Dan, but they're Southampton, right? I think it was Southampton who lost. Hey, let me remind you, Dan, that recently Southampton got stomped really bad. One of my subs told me to be sure to remind you of that. In real life too, not in a video game. But yeah, he dominated me, and it was so bad. Like, I was like, okay, I need to quit looking like I'm throwing this game.
That's what she said.
The fact is I'm not good enough to not look like I'm throwing the game.
Hammer says that's what she said.
It is.
I don't think.
Quiddy says he had a ton of original Transformers that are worth hundreds now. I sold a box full of them for $5. Oh.
Look, I just want to say that back in the day, like when the prequels were first coming out, I got the X-wing that Anakin Skywalker flies in Attack of the Clones, or not the X-wing, the God, I can't remember the name of them, but I spent literally hours on that thing, and my older brother, who hated me, decided, like, literally minutes after I finished it, I was running around the house showing everybody, like, Mom, look, I finished it, and he just bam smacked it right out of my hand, shattered into a million pieces on the ground.
Dude,
I've never built another Lego thing since, honestly.
Wow. Shouldn't let him wreck your fun. It's amazing.
I was traumatized.
Yeah.
I get Vietnam flashbacks whenever I see a Lego set. I'm like, oh my God.
Real question for the panel, and I doubt the youngsters like Planar Walk and Jord will be able to answer this, but Lincoln Logs versus Legos. Go.
Oh,
Legos have
Ooh.
10 million. Legos have 10 million, way more versatility.
You can build one thing.
So
you can build
much
one
with
thing
Legos.
with Lincoln Logs.
Legos all the way.
Well, no, you can build Abraham Lincoln with Lincoln Logs. I've seen that.
I had Lincoln Logs, and I used to make like roads for my Lego cars to drive around.
I made towns out of the Lincoln Logs and then drove the remote control car track where you had the triggers, you know, the two guns, and the car would just go like a million miles an hour, like flying out of the track. You could like set up a big jump and fire it out a window or something. It was the craziest shit. Remember that stuff? That was great.
So true story. When I started my channel, you know, most people out there know who I am. So when I started my channel, I actually wanted to create the same logo I have, but with.
Sorry.
I wanted to create the same logo I had, but with Lincoln Logs, and it just didn't look right.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, whatever that would look like, little houses and stuff.
I do gotta admit, I miss the little Lego dude. I do gotta admit that little Lego dude was pretty cool. Your old avatar.
Yeah, but now he's a big Lego dude that haunts you in your frickin' dreams because of that helmet that he has now.
The new helmet
he hunts
that
you down.
Darkblade made. Oh my god, that thing is wicked.
You know, team Lincoln Logs versus Lego. There was no argument because James May built a 2-story house out of Lego, man, and spent the night in it.
Damn.
Lego wins.
Good for him playing with children's games. Lego Locks are like the lumberjack children, you know.
Let me. So
he's.
I get
the guy from Top Gear. You know, he's pretty well known.
Yeah, James May. All right, I get a lot of flatties send me messages on Facebook. And they often do the same thing. They go into their meme spam. They'll send just 100 memes, as if memes are science or something. This guy this guy sent me this one. Remember, 90% of trolls arguing with you online are paid professionals. Like, what kind of narcissist idiot is so full of themselves that they think that the amount of money that would have to be spent to pay people to professionally like do that? No, we do it in our spare time for fun because you guys are idiots. It's funny, and we want to stand against the stupid. Like the flat earther last week that intentionally ruined a whole bunch of vaccines. He's a flat earther. And he intentionally ruined vaccines.
He's a pharmacist too, June.
Guy today in Buffalo, Minnesota, a farther out suburb of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. It's on the northwest corner. I've been to Buffalo. I know people that live in Buffalo. Somebody went and shot up a health clinic in there. Don't know why yet, but I'm predicting with 100% certainty that he's an anti-vaxxer.
No shit.
I saw that on the news.
Am I going to be wrong? No, because I said
no one said anything yet.
We had somebody do the same thing with vaccines here, I think, and they're going to charge them with like some sort of like
they're
federal biohazard crime or.
So standing against them is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love the fact that I think I don't know if he is a full. I don't know if you know if he's a full pharmacist or just a pharmacist tech, but the flat earther that destroyed all the vials. If you read the story, the girl that was going to turn him in, or the girl that did turn him in, he knew she was going to turn him in, right? And so he tried to plead with her. He was like, "But I have children. I'm going to lose my children if this happens." Well, then why did you do it?
Yeah.
You know, like if you were going to lose your children, then why did you do it? You know, did you not think about that beforehand, or is that something, or are you just doing the actual flurf thing and doing what immediately pops up in your brain as to be, you know, your pea-sized brain as to what you think is right, and then common sense set in after you got caught. And you're like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. No, you shouldn't have done it to begin with. You know, like that. You deserve to lose your kids over that.
I think that they charged the person here that did some things with where they purposely left them out or something like that, so they'd spoil. They charged them with extra crimes because there's crimes where if you're in pharmaceuticals, you have extra oaths basically. So you've breached like your medical or your professional doctrine. I don't know what they call it, but you know what I mean. It's like laws basically where you're extra in trouble because you know better kind of thing. But but for science, not actually. There was a mistake made here, and we have the first person in the world that was accidentally given dose 1 of Moderna and then dose 2 of Pfizer.
Oh.
Because she has dementia, and you know how it is. They're trying to give all these old people in the homes the shots first, and she was has enough dementia to not know enough to be like, oh, be like, hey, by the way, I've had the Moderna already, or vice versa. But either way, they gave her shot number 1 of the next one from the other brand, and they said she's also was the first Canadian to get her second dose. But they said they don't really know what the effects are going to be of giving her 1 from A and 1 from B.
Well, yeah, one of them you grow wings and the other one you get hooves.
I think the good news is they're very similar because they do their mRNA vaccines. So
there's actually some.
You get a half a wing and 1 hoof.
She's gonna have I figured it was gonna be like beaks, to be honest with you, but. It's probably chicken genetics in there.
Plain or walk.
Go ahead.
There's something that actually legitimately scares me about conspiracy theories, or a particular set of conspiracy theories that legitimately scares me, and that is these people that think that the election, right, was stolen. And the reason why this scares me is because it seems that all these people that think the elections were stolen also think that the vaccines contain microchips and all that kind of stuff. And it legitimately scares me.
Huge overlap.
Because there's so many people that believe this.
Yes.
And it worries me how many people might not get vaccinated because they think that either COVID is no worse than the flu, or that, or they think that, the COVID vaccine is there just to give you the Bill Gates microchip, and I could go on for ages about.
I kind of like the idea that there was one senator who said, if they were going to do a new stimulus package, that you weren't going to be eligible for the $1,400 unless you got the vaccine. And I thought that was actually kind of a smart idea initially, because it's like people want their money. So, go get the vaccine and then you can have that. That was one thing I think I wish they would have kind of pushed, because if there's a bunch of those anti-vaxxers out there who are also screaming that they want their money with the stimulus package, that would have been a way to get them vaccinated.
Well, you're gonna see people eventually that will die off, the anti-vax crowd, because, or at least the anti-COVID vax crowd, because of one reason. I think that with the way that this pandemic is spread across the world, and they understand that that flights are a key, it's almost necessary for the virus to spread so fast, is to have traveling vectors, it all started in China, but then eventually somebody had to get on a plane and go somewhere else. So once we understood that, and you see a lot of places shutting their borders down to the UK because of the new strain that's out there, I think that you're going to see that a vaccination will be required for all international travel, if not domestic travel between states. I really see that as a plausible scenario in our near future, which I'm okay with. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to get the vaccine as soon as it's available for my group.
I mean, let's face it, airplanes became pretty obviously death tubes. That look at cruise ships. Cruise ships are like, by the way, you want to get rich? Buy some Royal Caribbean stock right now. It got decimated, absolutely decimated in the spring, and it's way down. So you could make some money when they start cruising the seas again after everybody starts getting vaccinated.
And so, can I say that I know it's kind of morbid to say that we're lucky about it, but we are kind of lucky that with how communicable is that the word, this disease was, we're lucky that it wasn't deadlier than it was, especially with the situation that America was in when it began. We're lucky that it wasn't an actual, well, not to downplay it, but it wasn't like you get it, you're dead disease, you know.
It has an R naught of I think it's like measles has an R naught of 19, which essentially means that like it'll infect I think it was like if you have a room full of 20 people is the idea, it'll affect 19 of those 20 people, whereas there's different ways of doing it too, because the other way is exponential, but the R naught number has to do with how many people in the room it'll affect. So if you have a room full of 20 people, this was originally showing an R naught of 5, which is still like exponential growth, but then we've got it down right now to about a 2, a 1.5 to a 2 because of the masks and putting up shields and restrictions and everything, but that's still very high. Like people say, oh, it's just a flu. Well, you know what? The flu has an R naught because of vaccinations. The flu has an R naught of 0.8 to 1.3, which means that the flu can the average person infects all everywhere from not another person at all to possibly another half a person, meaning like statistically, meaning that you need 2 people with the flu statistically to infect a third person. So it's not an exponential growth factor. But as soon as you hit an R naught of 2, you are exponential growth. That is double.
Mm-hmm.
And even Thunderfoot, he showed that the difference between once you start going with exponential growth, I mean, the difference between a third of them, like a quarter, or like 10% of America infected with coronavirus, and all of America infected with the coronavirus was the difference of like a week at that point, because of the speed at which it starts just climbing. And so that's why when they say like, oh, it's not that infectious, well, it isn't that like, or disease, like deadly. Yeah, well, comparatively it isn't. But the problem is when everybody's literally, when you have like cities of 10 million people, and it does 1% of them have to go to the hospital, well, your hospital system's overwhelmed. And then when grandfather has a heart attack and he goes to the hospital, well, first of all, the ambulance doesn't even come to get him because they can't even get there. And then because they're busy picking up people. And then second of all, if he gets to the hospital, sorry, the doctors are rushing around. They're busy trying to save lives, and there's sick people everywhere, and you might die because they can't even help you. And meanwhile, preventable, but not if your healthcare system is buckled. I mean, that's the reality. That's what it's about. It's not about how deadly it is. It's about how many humans there are and how we're not all supposed to get sick at the same time. That's all it is.
Right.
Wouldn't it be nice if instead of making you cough and have trouble breathing, it just made it so that you tasted asparagus, made it taste good?
Oh man, I love asparagus.
What if it made you taste like asparagus pea smells? That would you still take the vaccination?
Oh yeah, I'd get it once a week.
Hey, Godless Engineer apparently got COVID. He was saying on one of his streams recently he had to go get a new what is it, they give you a immunity shot, or they get like what is it, immune cells? What is it? You go and get, you've heard of that. It's one of those experimental treatments they've been using on people where they take the plasma from somebody who's been recovered and they give you a plasma injection because it's full of immunity cells, which gives you a little bit of a boost and helps you kind of like get a jump on it if it's kind of been winning a little bit.
Isn't that what Louis Pasteur did? I think that's the guy who invented vaccines. I think. Is it Pasteur? The one that took cowpox and it like infected a child, purposely infected the child with cowpox so that it built up in the hopes that child would build up an immunity to smallpox. It's very, very, very controversial at the time.
Well, no shit, eh? Like
we wouldn't do that today. We wouldn't do that today
Timmy,
at all.
come here, buddy. Give this blankie a hug.
But I'm pretty sure it was Louis Pasteur.
Go play with that. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Louis Pasteur.
It's a dolly. It's just for you.
Oh, jeez.
The name
Willie Pasteur. I'm looking up. Yeah. But that's really messed up. Is that's similar to bringing over blankets covered in smallpox when you're trying to conquer continents?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Pasteur found penicillin. You're right. Edward Jenner. The chat's correcting me. I don't know my pharmaceutical history, so I do apologize for getting that wrong. Forgive me, Pasteur.
I think we have a statue somewhere of that.
chat is
Tune,
clearly in the.
I gotta run. I got a parenting thing going on here. So
Right
before
now,
I
huh?
go, I wanted to say a big congratulations on the 10K. I mean, to be honest, this is where it starts for you because you know how the algorithm works, right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
where the big thing happens. So no matter where you go in the ride, no matter what you decide to do, be yourself because we all know how cool that's going to work, right? You're the master at taking somebody on one-on-one. Step up and nail them because we love it, man. You know, thanks for inviting me, and I can't wait till the next celebration because it's going to be even bigger, man. I can't wait.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Dick.
Awesome. So
Glad
I
to have
got
you
to
here.
run, everybody. Take care. You know, thanks for having me on, buddy.
All right. Anytime.
And now Clive Wells is correcting us again. No, Fleming also invented penicillin. So Pasteur did something out there. I'm just going to say that. Louis Pasteur was important in something.
Didn't he figure out a way to make good milk?
Yeah.
I think
it's
it
all
was.
about milk.
I think it was actually learning that missionary was not the only style available. That was, if I remember correctly.
He was thrown in
It's
prison for
MC.
that.
I got you laughing. Come on,
That
MC. You love it.
definitely
Dude,
seems like-
that all comes from India, man. Congress of the cow.
Oh my god, that's funny. Good times.
Yeah, there you go. Barry on says Louis Pasteur
killed it.
invented milk. Absolutely.
Pasture. Oh my god.
Oh,
I don't know if he invented milk, but he's the only reason I drink it today. so-
Pasteurized? Because it's. Is this a real thing? Are we really
A lot
making
of
up?
things got pasteurized.
This is not a real thing, right? He invented pasteurization. That's why it's called.
Yeah.
Louis
Yeah, that's
I-
Pasteur.
I'm looking this shit up. I don't believe anybody.
Well, I knew he did. I knew he was responsible for pasteurization, but I thought he was responsible also for the smallpox vaccine. But I did just look it up, and it is Jenner. Dr. Jenner is the one who
What you're thinking of
infected
is-
the child with cowpox. Which was much more mild to the human. You know, you didn't really like smallpox. If y'all have ever seen pictures of kids,
oh yeah, that's bad news.
before they were vaccinated, like children who
They were
didn't
all
get
messed
vaccinated,
up.
they're messed up. Yeah, they've
Every
got,
one of them.
their skin is all pockmarked. I mean, there's a lot of issues that come along with. That's why when I hear somebody say, "Oh, I'm taking my kid to a pox party," and you're talking about chickenpox, and you're like, wait a second, are you about to subject your child to, to like torture? Because this is exactly what you're doing. You're taking your child and subjecting them to something that could have a lifelong problem with him.
You mean chicken pox?
Yeah, for chickenpox.
So what you're thinking of, team, by the way, is that it says Louis Pasteur is a microbiologist and chemist renowned for his discoveries of the principles of vaccination. So he was a key part of the study, the original ideas behind vaccination, but he's not the one that did the science, it looks like. He just maybe theorized a bit more.
Oh, if that doctor was alive today and did that today, he would be in jail.
Well, it says right here, it says he often regarded as one of the fathers of germ theory. Pasteur made significant discoveries in chemistry, most notably on the molecular basis of the asymmetry of certain crystals and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he was, but yeah, he did. You guys were not pulling bull crap out of your, my BS meter was flying, but he did invent pasteurization. I will give you that.
Like I said, anytime Jordan says anything, there's a healthy reason for you to call bullshit.
I mean, anytime somebody says it's like sending somebody for a new bubble for your level. I mean, it's like immediately your spidey senses. You're like, I have a feeling like. So here's the thing, though. So I'd been sent for bubbles for levels. I'd been sent for like
Blinker.
I was like, oh yeah, there's all kinds of them, and then pipe stretchers is another one. And then so one day somebody says, go get the pipe snapper, and I'm like, go to hell. And he's like, no, he's like, seriously, he's like, because he'd be the one doing this to me, right? So he's laughing. He's like, listen, he's like, honestly, he's like, I'm not screwing with you this time. He's like, this is like cast iron. There's a tool in there. We just latch it on the pipe, we score it, and we just give it a pull, and it snaps the end of the pipe clean. And I'm like, I don't believe you. I like literally refused to go. Finally, he's laughing away as he went in. He's like, no, I'm telling you, I'm not. So finally, he goes and gets. He brings out. Sure enough, there's a tool where you wrap it like a chain around the that type of material because it's brittle, and you score the pipe back and forth. Then you give it a little torque, and it snaps it perfectly clean. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I believe you now. But it's like if you keep sending me for bubbles for levels and all kinds of these other little cliche trades jokes, I was like, you can't expect to just send me for a pipe snapper the next day and have me go get it.
So in the military, we used to, there was lots of them that we would send people. We would send people to get the ID-10T form. And so like if you were working like intake, or if you're working administration or something, every week, you would have a new person to the base come in and say, I need a stack of ID-10T forms. And they're like, what? ID-10T. I'm sorry, write that down for me. And they'd write down idiot. The other one that we used to do, but this one was more for ships. And I got a chance to do like a 1 week qualification cruise or whatever that I had to do to get my certification for the radars I worked on. And somebody told me to go get the batteries for the sound powered telephone. And literally there's telephones that are not connected to power. They use the energy in your voice to generate a signal across the line. It's very local, but the whole ship would be wired with sound powered telephones. So you'd pick it up and you'd start talking. And as you start talking, it powered the phone and sent the signal through the line. But you would tell people, hey, would you go get me a sound powered telephone battery from the, whatever the warehouse was. I forgot what the warehouse was called. But you say, hey, go right on there and get me a battery for a sound powered telephone. Nobody catches it. If you're new to a ship, nobody catches it. They're like, okay, yeah. And so you're sitting there at the cage, and you're like, hey, I need a battery for a sound powered telephone. They're like, okay, just wait there for a second. And they'd leave you there until you realize what you were asking for. It's a sound powered telephone. It has no batteries in it.
So I worked with some people that used to be at a printing company, ink, right? And similar thing, the new guy, they'd send them for the thermal ink. And everybody knew, same thing. They'd be like, they keep that in the basement. It's a factory, right? Concrete slab, no basement.
The pool on the roof.
They're like, well, where's that? Oh, it's in the corner, the far corner over there on the other side of the floor is the stairs to the basement. They go over there, they come back, they can't find it. They're like, oh, don't worry about it. Dude over there found it. It was in his drawer. But look what he's doing. And so this guy's at the desk and he's mixing this ink, right? And then he's holding his hand over it, and then he's mixing it. Then he's holding his hand over it. And they're like, go check it out. So the guy with the ink there, he's like, yeah, you feel it. Yeah, feel how warm it is. And the guy puts his hand up there and they slap it down. And it's printer's ink. It doesn't come off your hand.
Oh, no.
Oh, geez.
There you go.
Is that healthy?
I don't think anybody cared.
As long as you don't lick your hand.
Well, Belicharge says that when Team was in the Navy, he got sent to find the golden rivet.
I never had that one. They never sent me for that one.
Better tell him what the golden rivet is.
I personally don't know.
You don't know? I had to look it up. The claim in naval folklore that every ship is built containing a single commemorative golden rivet. Like the golden spike that was temporarily driven in at the when the Transcontinental Railroad was done. But
is this a myth or is this a real thing?
It's a myth.
You're saying it's a myth?
It's a myth. So it's used as a prank. New fool's errand played on junior sailors to go. Yeah.
Why? That's actually kind of neat. I want to put a golden rivet in my boat.
There you go.
I'll paint it gold and then rivet it. Actually, is what I meant. It's different. It's gonna be gold colored paint, not made of gold. I am not. I know.
Well, it's been a while. I think it's we're not doing 10 hours.
Aww.
You're not gonna do what I did.
Lazy ass.
What did you do, Planar Walk?
I did a 10-hour stream when I reached 10K.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, and you're like, you want me to come out? And I'm like, yeah, when is it? And I'm like it was near the end. I literally came on as you were saying bye.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh crap.
I just ended up really busy that day. I meant to come by.
10-hour window. So I'm sorry, Planar Walk, I missed that. But Planar Walk, Tanner is here.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were talking with Flat Out Hero about terminal speed, and he thinks that disproves gravity because he doesn't understand crap. And I'm like, hey, there's this iFly thing that I can go get some video. Guess who we have here?
Hey, iFly instructor right here.
Right there.
Okay.
I got video, and when I went to meet him, I got some video of him in the tunnel there. So our 2-year overdue video.
Oh, yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Our 2-year overdue video on terminal velocity. The three of us need to do this now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, so maybe you can do the voiceover while they're getting ready on deck to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give us a little taste. How's that gonna go?
For me or like?
No, I want Planar Walk to just on the fly talk about getting ready on deck.
So I'm not sure how we all get ready on deck, but I mean, you got to make sure the deck is clean first, because you don't want to have a dirty deck. Yeah.
It's like a bad video, that one.
Well, you gotta scrub it, right? Because you gotta scrub your deck. And,
like at the end of the day, when you've had a lot of people there, you've got to. What do you need?
Yeah, and do you ever like stain the deck?
Oh, sometimes, yeah, and you gotta scrub that really hard.
What happens if you trim down the bushes?
Who has bushes on their dick?
I can tell you with a certain amount of certainty that when I do go visit Australia and New Zealand, I will probably sit on Planar Walk's deck.
Oh my god!
You might end up sitting on my mum's deck as well.
Oh, Planar Walk already sent.
He's gonna sit on the deck when he eats dinner too.
He already sent me pictures of his deck, so
he's like, "There's a nice place to get tea on the deck." Oh god, you could use this a million times. This is terrible.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a commercial for it, right? I'm not gonna
the deck stain one. You can. I think it's an adult commercial. Like they have the
actually blue collar comedy skit of them talking about their decks a lot.
Well, the commercial that I remember is it starts with, "If you're like me, you find it very hard to keep your deck dry."
that tangentially related, not as horrible bad comedy as that, but there's this Geico commercial where they're like, "Oh yeah, the new house is amazing. There's just the problem with the neighbor's fencing," and then two people will come in the frame fencing in full fucking gear and.
I get it.
I love it.
I saw that one actually here.
Sometimes when I'm playing Call of Duty with Bella Charge, he'll say, I'm deed, and I'm like, you're a title to land. How do you do that?
He means he's effed, but he just can't get that high.
So yeah, we're gonna have to get the script for Planar Walk written correctly. How many decks are there? Well, there's 6, and you definitely want to start with deck 6.
The biggest one. Yeah, the biggest one.
Yep.
You always start with the biggest deck.
I do have to say we still have to use that joke of a Prius.
What?
Or you just offended like half the people in the chat?
No, no, like MC Toon. Remember, like I had a joke about a Prius that I was going to use.
Thanks to television, I can't remember what happened 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's all that television you've been watching.
What do you wait, MC Toon? What did you just say?
What am I doing here? Yeah. No, I don't remember. You're gonna have to remind me.
Okay. I can't remember either. So.
How are you gonna use it? Were you just hoping he would have remembered it? Like, damn, I said a cool Prius joke back in the day. Hey, Toon, what was that joke I said that was really funny?
Yeah.
Just seeing if you were paying attention.
I know, like I think it's been written down. So.
All right.
Crank Yankers used to do where they would act it out as with Muppets like on TV, so you had something to look at. There was and they would call in, and he calls. You can probably find it on YouTube. He calls the hardware store and starts asking about. He wants the obviously the section of the store that talked to the guy in the cock section, and he gets somebody who's probably like a young. Like he sounds like he's 19 or 20 kind of thing. And at first he's oblivious. You can tell he's just fielding all the questions about cock. But by the end of it, you can tell he's starting to chuckle a little bit. And he's figured out that this is not a regular phone call. And cause he's asking he's like, what colors does the cock come in? He's like, oh, you can get it all colors. You got white cock, brown cock, black cock. And he's like, oh, you have black cock. He's like, yeah, we got lots of black cock. He's like, does the black cock like come in a bigger tube? Is it a bigger, like the tube itself bigger? And he's like, well, we have cocks in all different sizes. He's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, but that's when he starts figuring it out because he's going, yes, I like that, and stuff. And he's got like a British accent, I think, too. And anyways, it's funny. So he's saying like, if I get the cock in my eye, is that a bad thing? He's like, yeah, you definitely don't want to get the cock in your eye. It's a bad idea. No. It's funny as shit.
Yeah, I need some cock right now to finish tiling my bathroom, of course.
Of course.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you've got a hole in your dick, you can just shove some cock in it.
Or Gorilla Glue in your hair just to hold it down if you really need to.
That was beautiful, Planer.
That was brilliant.
I stole that joke.
Yeah. We're all 13 people. We're all 13.
Oh, forever young. Forever young.
Forever.
Why? Yeah, Quiddies is asking team, why would you tile with cock?
I try to get my wife to do all kinds of things.
Place.
Yeah, you've never.
Yeah,
I mean, we name it all. You can name it what you want to.
Everybody knows cock belongs in the bathroom.
I mean, tiling the bathroom is a term. I thought you guys knew what that was. It's right there by Dirty Sanchez. It's it's in the same dictionary. I'm just trying to say.
Is that Urban Dictionary?
It's like when you tell your boys at work, you're like, "Hey guys, I'm going home to tile the bathroom with my wife." No, I'm making everything I'm saying up. Everybody, I have no idea if there is an Urban Dictionary entry for that. Then what do you know? Like there is. Like I guess
there's an Urban Dictionary name for everything.
Okay, just go look up hot sauce, and that's all I'll say about it because it's not going to be what MC wants to be talking about. Just go Urban Dictionary hot sauce, everybody.
We hit blue waffle. That I think that's our sign that
hot sauce is so much worse. It's so much worse.
All right, everybody, take a moment. Urban Dictionary.
I was just gonna say, wait until team starts talking about.
Pretty sure it's hot sauce, unless I got it wrong, but I'm sure it's hot sauce.
Wait till I start talking about what, Planer?
Your meat tube.
No, yeah, no, I had it. My meat tube was cold when I was eating it at the beginning of this show when I jumped on. It was so cold that it shriveled up a little bit.
Wait,
it almost didn't fill me up.
So meat tubes exist?
Then he did is the right one.
Oh yeah. Everybody knows about the meat tube.
I'm pretty sure.
I can tell by his hand. I can tell by his look on his face. He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
Rodents of unusual size and meat tubes? I don't think they exist.
Grout. Grout, not cock. I'm
There
sorry.
you go. There you go. Good job.
But y'all are thinking about y'all are talking about the substance that goes between the tiles. I was talking about the tool that I use to beat the tile into place. So I think cock was the actual right word that I needed right there.
You got grout in your cock, you might need to get that checked.
Oh.
All right. So anybody looked up hot sauce, you'll never get it out of your mind now.
Oh, yep.
Or
I
your
got
soul.
I got it. It's fresh too. It does say fresh.
One word, everybody. Fresh.
I've got some hot sauce right here.
Not this hot sauce.
It says flavor your world.
Statistically, a lot of people actually won't have this kind of hot sauce. Actually, thankfully it's a lower number than you.
That hot sauce shouldn't be applied to your deck.
Yeah.
You need a lot of men to apply this kind of hot sauce on your deck.
Do not put hot sauce on your deck.
You need to have one of those check videos where it's like a room full of guys coming in for a room full of girls. I mean, that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about.
Wait a second. I just looked at the warning label on hot sauce and it says do not apply to skin, but it does not say do not apply to deck.
There you go. This is $1 million lawsuit.
You should still protect your deck though before you eat hot sauce.
If you spill hot sauce on your deck, you're gonna regret it.
I got this from it's hard to see. I got this from Urban Dictionary.
Oh yeah, the Riley
Nodell effect, which is a synonym for the Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't auction that off. Or
it's the Dunning-Kruger effect.
I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Keurig.
Fucking
freaking
Jason.
Right.
No, Jason said it
Oh,
a million
you can get hot
times
sauce
on
mugs.
Planner Walks.
Oh,
stream.
I've got to
He called
watch.
it.
I've got to watch that one. I suppose there's some shorts in there, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I actually what I want to do is I need someone to help me with this because it's 6 hours long, and basically I need to go through all of it and compile the most stupidest things he ever said into a video.
I'll get you a transcript of it. How about that?
I think that would still be too much
That's
to go
still
through.
a lot, but yeah, I'll you can at least search.
Like just timestamps would be like a good thing.
Yeah,
to
there's
just go through
timestamps. Yeah.
Or,
but yeah, you'll have to. Yeah, it'll help a bit, just a bit.
Yeah, it's what I'm thinking of doing is just having because I don't know if he said stuff of similar stupidity in the debate that he had with you and FTFE. So I might throw a few moments from that in to the video as well.
Having watched all three, I can definitely say he was at peak flurf on your stream.
Wow.
Planner. It was the worst.
Did you have Jason on? Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah, Jason.
Jason, are we talking about Fred Durst at home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fred Durst from.
God damn it! Somebody said he looks like Fred Durst, and I was like, "Thank you." Oh my god! I was trying to figure out who this was.
I put when he was on mine, I put an actual picture of Fred Durst over him for part of the time.
Well,
I got Vlad to laugh when I asked him a question about that would involve I think it was a more philosophical question, and as he was responding, I changed the image to it was a black and white psychology appointment where I'd cut out the openings so that I put my face in the person with the pad of paper, and I put his face in the person laying back in the chair while he was talking, and he was halfway through talking, he started laughing. I'm like, you caught it. He's a good sport, even if he is sometimes a little bit of a I think he's just misguided. He's not the worst person in the world. Let's put it that way.
Well, there was actually a video that I was watching recently. It was Corey Taylor talking about Fred Durst, and one of the recommended videos was a video to do with Fred Durst, and I saw the person in it, and I thought, MC Toon's video was recommended to me. Then I realized that it was just MC Toon's stream on with Jason was recommended to me, but then I realized, oh wait, That's actually Fred Durst, not Jason.
The one thing that was funny is I got in there to watch, and I didn't know who he was yet the first time, and like I was in the stream for like 5 seconds watching with it, like FTFE debate him, and it was like oh, you eat meat. It's because you eat meat. I'm a vegan, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was only in here for like 30 seconds before the vegan told me he was a vegan. Like it was just like, oh my god. I know he's a vegan now. He had to tell me.
There is actually one vegan that I'd like to have a conversation with, and I think I'd have a decent conversation with him, and that's Cosmic Skeptic. Has anyone heard of that guy?
Yeah, I like Cosmic Skeptic.
Yeah, like I reckon I could have a good conversation with him on veganism rather than having a conversation with Jason where he just brings up that something about meat feminizing people.
Yeah, which
Oh, it's because of all the hormones in it that they put in.
Yeah.
So this is somewhat funny. I was playing that Plague Inc. The Cure because they released like where you're not the plague now, you're trying to fight the plague. So it's all like mask initiatives and things like that, but it's actually well balanced. But what was funny is the first time I played it, now I didn't understand the mechanics, and now I know why that happened, and it has nothing to do with America. It has everything to do with me making a mistake in employing this new, like the mask protocol. But as soon as I employed the mask protocol, it was like I got a pop-up that said America has 100% non-compliance. I'm like, of course they do. I was like, you go figure, this is like real life now, just mimicking. I'm just joking.
That's amazing.
But that's what it said. It was like, but now what it was is I didn't realize that what it was is it had spread to Canada like immediately from England. And so what I was doing is I was trying to lock down North America, but I didn't realize that if you haven't explored all the places by sending your little team to North America, then what happens is you don't have any data. So they kind of go, well, how do you know there's a virus here, essentially? Right. So it's part of the game mechanics. You have to go along, kind of unlock North America before you can, put it in full lockdown and all the. It's a good fun game. By the way, that's free right now for everybody. Apparently, the Cure part of the game is free until the pandemic is over. So you can actually get on Steam and play it.
That's in what game?
Plague Inc., which is the one where you would be the plague, but now they've made the Cure, which is basically the same game, but with like you're fighting the virus, and it's fun. I've been playing it. It's a lot of fun. I haven't had a lot of time, but for the 20 minutes I get here and there, but you know what I mean.
Nice. That kind of opens up a avenue to play that multiplayer. If you could play one person playing the plague and the other person playing the cure.
Well, the only thing is it's more of a battle against, because like you have different virus types. Like one's a bacteria, one's a virus. Then they get into prions, and they all have different character. Even when you were playing as the virus, that was the whole challenge. Is they all have different behaviors. Like the idea behind the bacteria is it's really slow to evolve. So what happens is you can kind of meticulously go along and purposely like not develop coughing symptoms, not develop these obvious symptoms, so that you kind of lay dormant. And the idea is to try to spread to as many countries as possible before you start going lethal, because you want to outrun. Because then once they know you're there, they're going to start trying to produce a vaccine, and you're trying to kill everybody in the world before they can get to that point. So you've got to kind of. But what I was going to say is like then you move to the virus. Well, the virus is different in the sense of what happens is it rapidly evolves. Well, what happens is instead of using your evolution points to evolve in the bacteria, you end up having to use your evolution points to de-evolve, because what happens is it rapidly evolves and you end up getting coughing all of a sudden. So you'll become obvious really quickly because people are going to start going to the doctor saying, I've been coughing. So you have to use some of your points to de-evolve coughing, because you don't want to have coughing yet. It's not part of your strategy. And then, going forward, there's different ones where bioweapon kills everything it touches, and it spreads like wildfire. In every country it spreads to, its infectivity doubles. So you have to lock that one down immediately and control it into a continent, and then that continent just dies. You let it die, but you have, anyways. There's authority, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, it's a lot of fun watching the earth burn. Sorry.
All right, I've played that. The thing that's a little bit different than reality is when it evolves to a new version, everybody instantly has that new version all around the world. So that's a little weird. Anyway, I think it's time.
You think it's time?
I think it's time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, guys, it's time.
So, what do you got to say, Tanner?
Well, congratulations on the 10,000 subs. I mean, I haven't been in this community for very long, but everyone's taken me with open arms, and you're definitely one who I've started off with in the very beginning, and it's just been such a cool little journey in the short time that I've been here to see what you've been doing. So I think it's well deserved, like everyone said. Watching the cool you keep with all these people only adds to the enjoyment of watching you debate some of this, whether it be the 5G or whether it be the flat earth. I'm ready for everything to open back up so we can meet up and maybe do some things or plan some things out together for future video collaborations. So awesome job.
All right. Thank you. Let's see. Jord?
Yeah, I just want to say that obviously, thank you for having me on. And like everybody else said, congrats on the 10K. Something I do want to say to Tanner is that I think what I found is that MC Toon is pretty much if you want to get in good with the flat earth debunking community, become MC Toon's friend, because everybody's accepted me so incredibly quickly, and it's just
Almost everybody.
Yeah.
Oh God, team. Sorry about that. I don't know what I did to you.
You should hear what Red says about you. Ooh.
Oh God.
Whoa.
Oh, don't make me cry, Toon. Do not
All right.
make me cry.
Brainy.
Unmute. Yeah, no, congratulations. It's fantastic to see another person breaching the 10K mark. It's very exciting. I was like, take me with you. The desperation was wafting in the air. No, I didn't say any of that to him.
I could smell
said,
it down here. Yeah, I could.
I made a joke. I said,
Across
what
the
would be
board.
great is if I passed my 5K mark during your 10K celebration. And then I said, nah, I was like, I'm screwing with you. I said, congratulations. No, I'm sorry I was late. I would have loved to have been here for the whole thing, but you probably needed the break anyways, so it's good for me to come in casually near the end. But yeah, no, thanks for having me. It's been fun watching you take on the Mark Sargent or Mark Steele, sorry, Sargent. He's got his own thing going on. I don't know how you, again, the patience thing. I've got my ADHD rages in my veins. I take it out on the people around me when I get angry. So it's not a good thing for me health-wise.
In fact, General E. Shady just said, Beaver, your ADHD is too much. Up your dose.
Up your dose. I'm actually forgot my dose this morning. But either way, it also doesn't work like that. I will be
how much ADHD do you take? How much ADHD do you take a day?
Right? That's exactly how I felt about it. But the reality is that I will always be a unique butterfly and take it or leave it. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fun, and it's always good to hang out with a whole bunch of fantastic creators. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know who this
Brady?
guy below me is, though. Who's this guy? Just kidding. Just joking.
All right,
figure it out.
Planer walk.
Yeah, congratulations on reaching 10K. I hope you'll reach 20K sometime soon. You're probably actually going to surpass me, honestly, because like I do remember that you did surpass me, then I surpassed you, and it's been one of them things where it's
Let's keep going.
probably be a
That's
back and
fine.
forth, you know.
It's fine by
All the
me.
way to 1 million, guys.
Just as long as the two of us beat out this next guy pretty soon here. How you doing, team? What do you got to say?
Well, I want to address 3 different groups. The first group I want to address is the panel. Tanner, George, you're both amazing people, and to have you in the community is a blessing. Beaver, we give you a hard time, but we only do it because we love you. If we didn't love you, we wouldn't have you on.
I know.
Don't change anything about yourself except for everything.
Except for everything.
It's always a work in progress.
Dick.
The only thing you need to change, Brainy, is the amount of secretion you put out, because I know.
I'm trying to get a vanilla production factory going here, but frankly, it's been hard getting that much oil to come out. Been eating more chicken.
Planer, you're amazing, man. You are in the same boat as Toon. That you really do deserve more subs. You're young. You have something that me and Toon aren't blessed with, and that's youth. You have plenty of time to grow. And
I'm 13. What you talking about?
Yeah, I know. But yeah,
80 miles,
it's,
boy.
that's why we're not allowed to cuss on here. But you just keep doing what you're doing, man. You will eventually be up there with the rest of everybody else who's winning right now. As far as the chat goes, I want to say something to the chat. I've had a lot of overwhelming support after I kind of changed, not just going from the flat earth, but I did a complete rehaul of how I approach videos. And I've got nothing but two things, really. Number one, I've got a lot of support from the people who were already watching the videos. And I have, reinvigorated my channel for new subscribers. Like literally, I don't know what was going on with YouTube. They decided not to promote my channel and this and that. And it just took a complete changing of how I approach these videos. Instead of calling them idiots all the time and making it a very derogatory video, I just kind of let the counter speak for itself, and it's done wonders for my channel. So I want to thank everybody out there who has continued to watch my content, continued to show up to the live streams. And if there was a feeling blessed, I definitely feel blessed, whether it's the universe or whatever, I don't care. I just feel blessed. And I want to thank each and every one of you out there, especially Clive Wells, who has a suggestion for MC Tune with a question mark. It says 6.5 hours, like that's all you have left, 6.5 hours to complete your 10-hour stream. Gosh. So, and finally, the last thing I want to say is to MC Tune. I said at the beginning, you deserve more. I think with being a family man and just the person that you are, it makes it really hard for you to continuously put out new content all the time. But if you had the same freedoms that a lot of us have, I don't think that there would be any difference in Simon Dan's channel to your channel. You're both very likable, both very family friendly, and you both make great points and get the points across in a very understandable manner. So we're lucky to have you, and you deserve more than 10,000. If I could give you my subs, I definitely would, because you deserve them more than I do.
I'd give you my subs too, but I'm 90% sure 100% of them are your subs. So.
Right. Same.
Well, thank you very much, team. I'll send the check tomorrow.
Overnight it, please.
Yeah, okay.
Daddy needs a 30.
Absolutely.
There was something that I did forget to mention, by the way.
Yeah.
I will be having a debate in, I think, in less than 12 hours. So I'm going to need to get
It's still my time. It's still my time. Yeah. But go ahead. I yield it to
you. But yeah, I just remembered that I forgot to say that. So yeah, that's on Modern Day. No, not Modern Day. Agree to Disagree. So.
Oh, excellent. Who are you debating, and what's the topic?
The topic is actually white privilege.
Wow.
And,
who are you debating?
You're demanding that you get more white privilege? Is that
I already know Planer's position, but who are you debating?
Some person called Mary.
Mary or Muri? Say it in English. Say it in English.
Mary is how it's spelled. So.
Okay, Mary. Okay, good.
Oh, well,
how does white privilege work when I walk into an Asian bar and I'm kicked out because I wasn't Asian? I'm just curious. Just because, I want to tell you that I've experienced racism. So it doesn't matter what color you are. We were in Vancouver. We walked into a bar to get a drink. It was a nice place. We weren't dressed like scrub bubs, but we walked in. And of course, Vancouver's got a lot of Asian people. And of course, this was their club, apparently. And you walked in and there, everybody in there was Asian, but we weren't there to make it. We were adults. We weren't kids. We walked in to have a drink, sit in a lounge, and maybe have some wings or something like that. And it was the woman walked up and met us at the door and was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We're closing." And it was like, you look around, everybody's just.
Well, let me tell you like this. I am a self-proclaimed racist. Okay. I'm very proud of being a racist. I hate 10Ks and I love 5Ks. Okay. I hate the 10K race.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Races.
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 Yeah, different
We're
races.
talking about how team has a specific prejudice against certain races. That is what we're talking about. Isn't that
I
right,
don't know what a
team?
10K
Yes.
is.
I
The
would
10K.
absolutely.
Too much.
I can concur. The half marathon was way too long, but a 5K is fine.
5Ks are all right.
I used to run
MC
2
Toon
miles.
should do the full marathon. Well, just get your cybernetic NASA legs, and then
That's
you'll be...
yeah. I think that comes at 100,000.
I'm a
Ah.
10th K. My favorite race of all time is a 10th K.
A 10K.
10K.
Yeah.
10th K supremacist.
The 100 meter dash. All right.
100. It ain't a dash either. It's a slow walk.
All right.
To the shop.
So we had Planar Walk stole your time, and then Brainy stole Planar Walk. So it's back to you, team.
Oh, I once again yield my time to the guy who refuses to do a 10-hour stream. The man of the hour. The next anti-flatter to go to 100K.
Conspiracy Cats is next. Really, come on. Come on.
True.
All right. Well, thank you very much for those kind words, team, and everybody else on the panel. Thank you to the people in chat, super chat members, patrons, and just people along to enjoy the stupid that we get to enjoy. Planar Walk on Agree to Disagree. Tommy Gronwald was just mentioning that he's debating Gary Whitebenga. That's right. The keyboard copy paster Gary Whitebenga is going to actually debate. That is going to be something. So,
Wow.
Where's that one at?
it's on Tommy's channel. Tommy, pop that in the.
Pop that
Okay,
link,
there we go.
Tommy.
Hey, you
Yes,
know what?
Put it.
You know what I'd like everybody to do? I'm sorry, Tuna. Here's what I need everybody to do something that's in the chat right now. On my community page, I have been doing a choose your own adventure story where I allow the audience to vote on which direction we take the adventure. Today, Vincent Crute, I think Victor Crute, the 5-star general Boy Scout, he came on and left a derogatory message, which that part doesn't bother me, but I challenged him to come on to my show and have a conversation with me, and he said he wouldn't do it. So I need everybody to go antagonize him right now. Just go over there and leave and say, stop being scared. Just say it. Just say, stop being scared, Victor, and tag him at Victor Crute. Stop being scared. Say this is not the behavior of a 5-star general to be as scared as you're being right now.
All right, put the link to your community tab in there.
Thank you.
So awesome. That's Victor. Victor sends me. He'll send me a meme storm every once in a while. He's
Oh, on Discord? Like
Yeah.
when you get like the first message he sends you and you're like, oh, hey, what's going on? Yeah, let's set this up for sometime soon. He's like, okay, meme. And you're like, no, save those for the debate. Okay, meme.
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
See, something I've been doing recently is, and it's a lot more fun than you'd expect, is I have been trying to convince flat earthers that they have convinced me. And it's kind of hilarious, the things they say to you when they think you agree with them. It's even funnier than when they think you disagree with them, honestly.
Once you use the C word with flat earth or flat earthers, at that point, you didn't even have to explain anymore. I knew it was funny because there is no convincing those idiots.
Right.
No.
I love how we're all trying super hard and failing equally as hard at censoring ourselves on MC Toon's channel.
No, hey, I caught it. I only said fuck.
All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's time to get going. I'm going to try to have something Friday night. So maybe we'll see. All right. Thanks. Bye.